Welcome to the recipe. I am your host, the Red Knight, and you're now tuned in to the next box, the NX podcast. Yes, the NX box podcast. I just asked Patreon after I, did the name change from the recipe video game podcast to an Xbox podcast. I said, what would y'all prefer? It be just, and because I like the sound of like the NX podcast. So, and I was so used to slipping up and feeling like slipping up and saying, the NX podcast. So yeah, did a poll on Patreon and NX podcast won. So here we are. And yeah, man, I just want to kick this thing off by saying, man, rest in peace to Carl Weathers. That news hit me so hard yesterday. I think it hit a lot of us hard. But yeah, welcome to the podcast. And the game you're seeing here is that Zao demo, which is up right now on Steam. It's not on console. It's not planned currently for consoles. Not saying it's not going to happen. The game doesn't come out till April. But I purchased this game before I even played it, just off the trailer and off the hype from the reveal at the Game Awards, which already seems like a lifetime ago. We have had so many video game shows since then. But yeah, this demo, I'm happy. I'm so happy that I pre-ordered this because it's so good. So right after Prince of Persia, basically, it's gonna be, well, not after Prince of Persia, more like after Peach and Tears of the Kingdom. I'm gonna say, I'm gonna be playing this. But yeah, to have more Metroidvania this year, I've been playing a lot of Metroidvania this year between Prince of Persia, Metroid Dread. Yeah, I've been doing a lot of that this year. So let me mention real quick because I'm gonna do obviously this is my playthrough of this demo, and this is my second playthrough because I played through it, listening to the story. The acting is incredible, like it really is. It's really good. It like that is one aspect where I feel like it feels like a not a lot, because Prince of Persia acting is good too, but like this just feels like a slight tear up. Like I just think the camaraderie between the two characters in this demo, it just felt really natural, almost like if they were in the same room, reading these lines together. Like even though they put splits in them for the game, so when the text is going, the words are being said, and then you could skip it. I get all that, but it just something about it just feels, I don't know, like if the word more genuine, like it just feels real when they talking on it. And yeah, uh, I just want to mention real quick that last week's podcast, right? I felt like that was a big podcast. It was a lot to talk about, and I started it on YouTube, and for some reason, all of a sudden, my PC was having issues, so that crapped out. And I just wanted to let y'all know, like, if you was listening to it on YouTube and was like, damn, I ain't get to listen to the last podcast, now I'm listening to this one. Well, after this one is on a Patreon, I'm actually going to make last week's podcast available for anyone to listen to, because I felt like the topics I discussed there were, it was some real shit, some heavy stuff. So definitely go, to the link in the description and listen to last week's podcast after this one. So yeah, back to the game. As you can see, it's fluid as hell. This is my second playthrough, literally right after playing it the first time. I said, let me try to capture this. My PC, I don't know why it was having issues, so I was like, I don't know if it was gonna let me, but it did, clearly. And hopefully we don't have no issues, today. I'm just shook right now. But yeah, the gameplay is super cool. So you got your two maps. You can go from ice to fire, and it's a single button press to switch between the two. Both of them have two supers. I actually did my fire super ability in my first playthrough. Never actually did it in this one. But yeah, you have these crazy attacks, and one of them is like a Samus beam of ice that goes across, the room. Super nice. I love the dashing that you have. Listen, Prince of Persia got dashing. This game got dashing. You gotta have the dashing around the stage, man. I just love it. I love it in first person games like Doom Eternal and stuff like that, and I love it in my Metroidvania games. Like you gotta have the dashing around the world, yo. Like that just makes the game feel so just smooth to play. Ori did it. A lot of games do. Guacamelee did it. All the best ones now. All the new Metroidvanias have some kind of move, zip, 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 move around the stage quick. And what I love about this, spoilers to what's about to happen ahead. You see all these waterfalls, you can't just walk through them. You got to dash through them. So I didn't know that they were gonna have other gameplay mechanic later on, but spoilers, they are. With your freeze ability, with your upgraded freezing abilities. Yes, you upgrade your abilities in this game just like Samus Aran would. Come on, that's a Metroidvania properly. Uh, yeah, and I feel like that area right there, like when you was breaking that, I don't know, that crystal to get through, that was probably like a bomb door in Metroid, probably, loading the next area or something like that to stop the play for like a second. I don't know. I just assume. And anyway, yeah, you're gonna get to freeze all these waterfalls and then use them as platforms later on. Come on now, like that's awesome. Uh, that stuff that you did basically like in Mario Galaxy 2, with the whole Ice Mario and going up waterfalls. Like they took that mechanic, or even Samus, running up, certain walls. After a while, you would see those walls that you couldn't latch onto in Dread, and then after a while, you got the ability to, stick to them and use your grapple beam to, you know, latch onto them. Yeah, yo, I feel like they understand how to make a Metroidvania game the same way the Prince of Persia team understood it. Like, and we getting so many good ones, and that's awesome. You know what I'm saying? So I really do hope that Nintendo, sees that and it's like, yo, keep it going with Metroid 6, keep, hopefully a Prince of Persia going, because Prince of Persia did like 300,000 already. I saw people acting like that's bad. I'm like, bro, it's in UB Plus, their service. So how is that bad? You know what I'm saying? Like you could have got it like that, or you could have outright purchased it. I said 300,000 already for a brand new Prince of Persia game in a genre that people automatically was shitting on. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to understand what you saw when that game was revealed. That's reality. A lot of those people were never going to give this game a chance. There's gamers who just see shit like this and be like, nah. And then there's gamers who see it and be like, yeah, like Prince of Persia, outright bought that a long time ago. You know what I'm saying? And this game bought it too a few weeks ago. And it's the same thing with Dark Sun, like Dark Sun Rider, who's a patron, like he bought this game before I even bought it. Like he was like, yeah, I bought that once I saw it, at the Game Awards. I'm like, yeah, it looked crazy. It looked crazy. Like, why wouldn't you? You know what I'm saying? Like this, like if I guess if you, respect this kind of game, these kinds of games, like, 2D games, Metroidvanias. Obviously, there's a big, group of fans out there because there's a lot of people waiting for Silksong, who loved Hollow Knight. And I'm one of those people, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, I like when you got people, doing new things with the genre, Metroidvania. I'm excited. It's the same way I'm excited when I see new things being done with first person shooters like Titanfall, or seeing like Doom when that, got its resurgence as a 2016 game in Eternal. Like, yeah, I celebrate that. Like, yo, that's awesome. New things is being done, and that's what I expect from Metroid Prime 4 and things like that. But I really do hope that this game comes out, finds its audience. It's like I think it's $18 right now on Xbox. So I think it's like $18 if I'm not mistaken. And that's the thing. Prince of Persia was 50. You know what I'm saying? I got the $60 one, but it was 50. Like I think that's like a super fair price for these games. And then this being 20, that's an amazing price. This to me is like you got to put it right there with like the Guacameles and the Steam World, like digs of the world, where it's a super high quality game and you getting it for dirt cheap, like dirt cheap, bro. So yeah, I love it. Like I love the fact that we getting these games. Like you seeing this right here, like, oh, there's a character right here, runs away, bridge breaks. You get the little slow motion right here. Reminds me of Max and the Magic Marker, which I love that game. So on Game Pass, you can check that out. That's a good game. Um, but yeah, you saw that broke, right? The bridge. So you already know what that means. You're gonna get an ability eventually to be able to, uh, you know, either cross that bridge or you're gonna make your way around to get to the other side of that bridge, And even though you fell all the way down going in a complete different direction, you know how it goes. It's an open world. You're gonna find your way around. You're gonna get to the damn goal. And I'm telling you, I'm flying through this demo right now. You see, I'm skipping all the dialogue. because I was just like, you know what, I want to make it seamless. And then after this, we gonna watch my playthrough of the Mario versus Donkey Kong demo. I did play that too. We got a lot to talk about in this episode. Like, you look at the description, bro. We're gonna talk about what would make the Super Nintendo Switch undesirable right from the start. You know, I got like 5 points I want to hit on that, and you might be thinking like, come on, right? Like this is just a segment, right? Because let's be honest, you're gonna get the next Nintendo console no matter what. Yeah, you're right. but but that doesn't mean that there still isn't layers to it. We're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about it. You be surprised because I feel like this generation, I learned a lot. And if you're dealing with a brand new product, let's say, like the Switch was, you're gonna learn and then adapt for when the next thing comes. So when we get to it, you'll see. I got some good stuff to talk about that, and obviously we'll go over some news stories too. But yeah, you see, you got your skill tree right here, different abilities here. In my first playthrough, I think I picked a different. Like, there's different things. Like, it's funny. It's funny. Like, for those of you who play Gears of War, this game has an active reload. I just suck at it if you look at this demo. But I'm gonna play the demo again and try to actually learn exactly how to use it, because I'm not really sure. But you see a meter come up because each mass ability runs out after you go crazy with it a while. So you got to switch between the two as the other one cools down. And I'm sure there's gonna be little perks and things to make them cool down faster. But yeah, you see that bar right there, a red bar goes up, and there's a little line there. So you're supposed to like stop it right in there in order to speed up the reload of your abilities, which I'm just trash at. And obviously, being bad at it, you can still play the game. But I clearly understand that if you get good at that and you start, doing that with every single battle, you're gonna be moving around like a maniac, destroying everything, because you always just gonna be in that active state of having your mask ready to go. So yeah, there's like this depth to the actual, gameplay mechanics, which is crazy. It's not like this game is not shallow at all, and that's the thing. None of these games have been. Dread wasn't, Prince of Persia wasn't, and this isn't. And I love the character models. I love the visuals. I feel like maybe the visuals could be a little less blurry, or maybe, I don't know. I guess the camera feels a little bit pan back more than in other games, but not really. It's just things are less detailed. But again, this is an indie game. Listen, that is not me saying this looks bad at all. This game looks beautiful. But this is a $20 game versus Dread, which is a multi-million-dollar game to make, in Prince of Persia too. You know what I'm saying? The budgets that those games had were crazy compared to this. I'm almost certain of that. Then you talk about the Game Awards, like he took his whole budget from the movie that he made with Ridley Scott, and Ridley Scott even helped with his company to finance some of this game and make it happen. You know what I'm saying? So it's a whole different thing. And the fact that they pulled this all off, and it's literally, in the conversation with the, Dreads of the worlds and the Prince of Persia of the world, that's crazy. Like, that's absolutely crazy. And, yeah, you see the waterfall right there. You see there's like a platform up. Eventually you're going to be able to, you know, you're going to be able to do something with that. But look how smooth it is. Like, just think about it. Like, this demo just dropped, and I'm playing this like, it looks like, yo, like, you've been playing this game for mad hours, and not even. And here's the thing too, the demo is short. Like, even my first playthrough. My first playthrough was, I want to say, like 30, 35 minutes, and this one is under 20 minutes. You know what I mean? Like, they give you a little slice, but they give you a taste of the abilities. They give you a taste of sections like this, where it becomes, that Celestile, that good, where it's like, yeah, you're going to respawn right at the beginning of this thing, but you're going to fail a lot because you just don't know how the level design is going to get you. So there's stuff like that, just like in Prince of Persia, It's good stuff, man. It's good stuff. It's basically what Metroid Dread did. They basically did that stuff with Emmy. It's like just run for your dear life, figure it out. Like you getting hunted. Like it was dread, yo. It was dread. Mad fun, and I like these little sections like offbeat paths. Like he told you actually, oh yeah, keep going to the main story. Like oh go, you got to go, get this damn thing, and my character, he says, "Oh yeah, here's the ice ability." Bam. So my character says, "Nah, I'm good. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go get this thing real quick. I'm gonna go through here." Like they literally brought up the puzzle in story where they told you, "Don't sidetrack. Like don't do no, don't. We ain't got no time for no bullshit." So yeah, you the actual player, which is what you'll be like, "Nah, you right. I'm gonna go and try to, get that." Because most players would. The character, the actual character you play as, says as much. Like, nah, I'm gonna go do that. And yeah, that was what you saw earlier with the little spikes and stuff. And yeah, I like the fighting a lot. I like the dashing and all that. Like, let me tell you, like, right now, and I mentioned this because of the fighting, like, playing, I was playing a lot of Brotato this week and a lot of Go Mecha Ball, the game that I was originally showing off in the last podcast. Dark Sun, what up? I just mentioned you, Dark Sun. Uh, Digital Green Tea. What's up, Digital Green Tea? It's great seeing these 2D. You said Metroidvanias coming out back to back. Absolutely, absolutely. I love it. That's what I was saying, man. It's the best to see them, just still have a place in this industry. And I know a lot of people didn't want that to be the case, man. When Prince of Persia got revealed, it was so much nonsense. And I think people now, after playing it, they know damn well deep down that you could get a remake of Prince of Persia: The Sands of Time. It ain't gonna be better than this. It's just not. This is just a better game, I feel, mechanic wise and everything than those previous Prince of Persia games. But it's a different thing, you know what I'm saying? It services a whole different audience. In a lot of ways, it serves an audience who's not open minded to new and different, not even new, to just other experiences, because Metroidvania is old as shit. You know what I mean? It's literally from the beginning of gaming time. It's crazy. Like these games are super cool, and we getting them at different prices. Because let's be honest, like Silk Song is probably going to be what, $30. You know, at most they'll go 40, because I feel like they earn the luxury with, and plus all the development time they've been doing. And they have a built-in audience now that they don't got to do the whole $20-$25 thing. They could, you know, they could go high end price. Hell, they could go as far as to even get a partner and try to sell this thing, retail and all that. Like it could happen. You never know. You never know. Uh oh no, the demo isn't on Xbox. Dark Sunrise. It's on PC. It's only on Steam. It's part of the Next Fest event that's currently going down on Steam. It happens every year. There's actually gonna be a lot more demos tomorrow. Not tomorrow. In my mind, I was thinking it was Sunday. On Monday, there's gonna be a lot, because that's when the event actually kicks off. See, he teased like, "Oh yeah, the demo's going the direct of the game." He teased like, "Yeah, the demo's gonna go up on Monday as part of the whole Steam event," and then he literally dropped it on the first day of Black History Month, which was smart. He said that was always the plan, and I was like, that was cool that he did that. So yeah, yo, like it's good though. Actually, he was asked if there's gonna be a demo on, Switch, PlayStation, and Xbox, and he said right now there's no plan to, but you never know. I'm telling you right now, like there should be, just so that people who are on the fence. But you could look at this game and see like, oh yeah, nah, this is Prince of Persia, this is Ori, this is Metroid, this is all this is that good. So yeah, you don't even have to worry about like trying this. I feel like people could buy this game with confidence. Like they're really doing something good. The game is smooth, runs great. Every mechanic works. You see me like moving through the world seamless. Nothing is a chore to do. Like it just works. Like really well. Look, freeze the water, and then you can go up. Look at the background, how like deep it goes. Like I like this art direction a lot. Oh, I got nipped. You said, oh, you'll wait then? Yeah, this is the game dedicated to the developer's father. This is that, and that's what he's going to get. Like his father's power is something along those lines, and yeah, like it's cool because he's using these masks, and then the actual old man who's helping you out right now. He really look. Oh yeah, we back to the bridge right here. See, back to the bridge. He actually doesn't have much faith in you, but throughout the demo, he starts believing. You know what I mean? So yeah, this is Zao, man. It's actually Tales of Kenzera Zao, but I just call it Zao because even on the actual screen, it just says Zao. So yeah. Now let's get into this Mario versus DK. This demo, yo. These graphics are so clean. They just so nice, and I love this title screen. Like they look like they talking to each other. I didn't even know this game had two players till I started this demo. I'm like, how did that go? Look at Mario in the bubble. Uh, I was like, how did that even go over my head? Like, I didn't even notice that this game had a co-op mode. It would have been cool if it actually was online. You play as Toad, and I noticed that also. When they showed it off at the end of this demo, they give you a nice little highlight reel trailer, which Zao didn't do. Funny enough, Prince of Persia, yeah, Prince of Persia did that. This game, most demos usually do, but Zao just ends. It's like this was good. You don't need to see no more right now. Stay tuned for the next trailer, and it don't matter because it's like the game is way further away. Like Prince of Persia demo came out the week before, so this comes out what 2 weeks away. So basically, yeah, they did it 2 weeks earlier. So Zao could do an actual demo, in late March or something like that for console. Matter of fact, I would probably, due to the reaction that they got with this demo, and it's been really good. I've seen all through social media. Yeah, I think, yeah, I think it's definitely, I think guaranteed that they're gonna do a demo on console because they probably want people to not be on the fence about the whole thing. Uh, yeah, look at this now. You got your two little boxes that you gotta grab, right? You have your key, your door, and obviously, this one was ABCD. Like it was super easy, super simple. But the trailer that they dropped when this demo dropped confirmed, and this is the mind blowing part. This game got over 130 levels. Over 130 levels. And they got little mini Mario levels like this too. Not like this. Like in the mini games where they walk around like that where you got to try to get them all, to 100% the area. It, it's going to be crazy. Like if you think this game ain't going to be hard as hell, like it is. Like it's going to be one of those games if you're trying to get stars on every level, yeah, good luck with that. It's going to be crazy. Because while they gave you a appetizer basically, because not even like they just let you. Oh, look, I'm cooking right now. Here, here's a little taste from the damn like this that baking the cake lick the spoon moment. You're not really getting a real piece right now, and I feel like that trailer confirmed that it's not a piece; it's a goddamn chunk. Like it's crazy that it's that many levels in this game, and I don't remember that being the case with the other one. I know this is the game that they gave away as one of the ambassador games on the 3DS. So I know I have this game and I know I've played it because I remember playing like these levels back then. That's why the puzzles are so like you see me running through them right now. And this is my first playthrough of this demo. Beating up Shy Guys, man. I try to throw him on the spikes, right? Like, yo, savage. Try to throw him on the spikes for real. Look, you got your mushroom for your life. Look at Mario with the acrobats. That's why when you saw him doing all that crazy shit in the movie, I'm like, that's what he do in the game. This is who he is. I'm like, how I get up there? Because you don't feel like you could jump, that far, but you actually could. Oh yeah, and then I remembered I gotta go get that. You said it's so pretty looking, green tea. It is. You said you saw somebody post Mario's jump in the game resembles the Jumpman jump. He doesn't stretch out his arm like Super Mario Bros. Yeah, it goes straight across because that's what this is. This is, Donkey Kong. That's what this really is. It could be called Mario versus Donkey Kong, but in reality, this is an evolution of Donkey Kong. Yeah, it may not be throwing barrels at you all the time. I mean, that may come later, but that's what it is. It's an evolution of that. So this, if anything, if we went in Mario lore, I would say that that's not Donkey Kong, Tropical Freeze Returns. That's Cranky Kong, you know, or, basically evil Donkey Kong. No, not evil, Cranky Donkey Kong. And yeah, or if you go by, the Mario rules, which every game is a play, this is just a tribute to the craziness that happened back in the day, basically between Mario and Cranky. And this is current, Donkey Kong, just, reliving that basically. It's funny how Mario hasn't aged, but 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 then Donkey Kong got mad old. That's because he cranky. You know what they say, yo? When you're a cranky person, that shit ages you, yo. That shit ages you. Hilarious. I think there is one more level after this, and you see that one took a little bit more thinking. Now imagine when the camera pans out and the levels are way bigger than this, because again, this is just the first world. And even then, they didn't even let you play the whole first world. They chose these specifically because they probably felt like these are the levels that are played the best with all audiences to give people a feel for it. It's the same like Prince of Persia. They gave you abilities in the demo that you didn't even have. Oh yeah, you look, you got the hammer right here from Donkey Kong. I forgot completely that this was there. Like, it's literally a tribute to those old games. Nintendo never forgets their roots, yo. And it's one thing. It's one thing to remake stuff, and yeah, this is a remake, but this is ran into his dome piece. This is a like a different thing that they did with the Mario IP. And they did the March of the Minis games. Like that's the cool thing about Mario. It's like, yeah, while it evolves and it gets crazy, and I'm about to talk about, how crazy Mario is about to evolving and how crazy it could potentially get. Like this is, a testament to that. Like they always try to do new cool things with Mario while still respecting what came before. Whereas a lot of times I feel like people get stuck either trying to avoid what came before or just doing the damn thing over and over and over, the same thing. And Nintendo's guilty of that too, because how many times did they tell the same damn Star Fox 64 story in different Star Fox games, basically, instead of trying to, like, do something different? It happens, man. It happens. But yeah, now we got what is I think this is now, yeah, this is the minis. So now you're gonna have these stages too, which are a different ball game, like from the other ones, because this isn't you just trying to collect these things and finish the level. This is you trying to bring each one of these, home safe, basically. You want all your toys to survive. And look, they move on independently and smart. Like, you know how much crazy stuff Mario has done? Like, because this game is old. And it's like, there ain't no representation of none of this shit in Smash Brothers. This is why I be feeling the way I be feeling about the original cast of Smash Brothers. Like, they got to step their game up with them, you know? All right, now we're going to get the montage of all the craziness that's going to be in this game. Let's check this out. And then we're going to start talking. We're going to start talking, you know, the future of what's next. Look at this. You got the old Donkey Kong Jr. right there climbing. Come on, there's elements of well, I should say Captain Toad has elements of this game. Like you saw the lasers. Stop playing. This is gonna get ridiculously difficult. I hope this game does well though, and they continue to do more stuff like this because this is a puzzle platformer, which is super cool. The fact that you got different just things that Mario do, different games. He could go from Mario Kart to 3D World to Bowser's Fury to Wonder to Odyssey. Like these are all legitimately different experiences, you know. But yeah, that's it. That's the demo basically. And I love the fur that they gave Donkey Kong hair. Like I'm glad when we see Donkey Kong now, he don't be looking like flat ass textures. It's the worst look for Donkey Kong. The worst look ever. So yeah, now, man, where to begin? Where to begin? All right, so let's start with. I guess we'll start with the. This is what I put it in. We'll start like this. All right, so let's start with the Super Nintendo Switch, right? Dawson said he always liked the minis. Yeah, the minis are cool. And the game you're seeing right now, if you don't know, this gameplay, let me just say, this gameplay was right before I started recording this. Well, not right before. It was today, though. It was in the AM. And this was me coming back to the game after the last time y'all saw me streaming it last year after like the whole Mario movie came out. And I was just continuing from there. But yeah, every time I play this game, right, and I went back and I played Dread and everything. Like every time I play this game, and I know Mario, I always say like, yo, Mario is the man. Dude never misses. Like even when he misses, his misses still be better than most people's best games. Like, like for real, Sunshine was better than a lot of games. Yeah, it came out, even though it wasn't the best Mario game. And like, uh, yo, I like playing this game. I was like, I honestly, genuinely think this is the best Switch game, and I think more people need to go back and play this game because they played it with the hype the first time. They compared it to Odyssey, not to Odyssey, to Galaxy and all that. And I'm like, now playing this game, how smooth you can move around. The fact that Mario half for crying out loud is a platform, like, yeah, I'm sorry. I'm like, this game is just too good. It's too good. I love this game. I think this game is an 11 out of 10. I think I like this game more now, I'm telling you, than when I played it when it came out. And when I played it, originally I was saying, yeah, that might be the best 3D Mario game I've ever played. But now I'm like, it's not even up for debate for me no more. Like, going back to this game after going back to Galaxy, playing through Bowser's Fury 3 times, playing through 3D World for what, like the 7th time, because I played it. You have to go through that game with everybody on Wii U in order to 100% it, which I did do. Uh, yeah, like playing it again though on the Switch, like yeah, I said I can compare these games with a clear, mind and conscience, and I'm just like, yeah, you can't mess with this game. I'm sorry, this game is fire. Like to me, it's just incredible. So yeah, I can't wait to talk about Mario. But anyway, Darkson said my baby girl wants me to teach her. Yo, I hate this heart that they put on Twitter to play Nintendo. I was gonna start with this game, but I think I'll wait for Peach Showtime. Yeah, I think Peach Showtime would be easier, or even Mario versus Donkey Kong. The controls are simple for the most part. It's just just press A to jump. In those first few levels, I think that's a good one. Obviously, Mario Kart is another good one. Like with my daughter, the game that I basically started her off with was Smash Brothers Melee. You know what I'm saying? Like I had her playing that, and it was the best thing that I ever did because when I would like look at video game trailers or whatever the case may be, and then you just catch your daughter and be like, oh, it's Marth. Because I'm looking at a Fire Emblem trailer, and this comes from somebody who ain't never played a Fire Emblem game. You know what I'm saying? Other than the Warriors one. Like, I was just like, yo, that's what I love about Smash Brothers. Like, now she a Nintendo fan through and through. She like, she loves Daisy. She loves this character, like, because she used to always put Peach in the Daisy colors. You know what I'm saying? Like, she knows these characters. Then that got into Mario Kart, and then Mario Kart now with the assist mode. You know, you definitely could put her on to that because it's just easier to control than a lot of other games. But yeah, all right, let's get into this main topic of what will instantly make the Switch undesirable. And I don't know about y'all, but the graphics to this game, it just looks better every time I come back. I'm like, yo, this game is gorgeous. This game is gorgeous. All right, got my sip of water. We're about to do this thing. So, what will make the Super Nintendo Switch instantly undesirable to me? All right, so I know a lot of people ain't gonna want to hear this, and it's okay. You're not supposed to agree with everything. You're supposed to just, maybe consider these opinions, and they might be in line with yours, or you might be like, you know what, yeah, you're right. I don't just want that either. But first up, I'll say just a stronger Switch. I always talk about the surprising thing that Nintendo could do is actually make a super powerful console because nobody expects it from them. Plus, they make crazy amount of money. Anybody acting like, oh yeah, Nintendo, because the GameCube, like, bro, you talking about the GameCube? The GameCube in video game time is like 7,000 years ago. We done went through like 18 ice ages. Stop bringing that shit up. Like, oh yeah, and the Wii and it worked and yeah, okay, cool. But the Wii U didn't, and that was underpowered. You know what I'm saying? So it could go either way. But yeah, if it was, I know that's like, yo, so if you want a stronger console, I do. I really, 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 really do want a stronger console. I want a console that if, you decide to want to play Street Fighter on the go on it, 6, it's not going to run like shit. Or Mortal Kombat. It's not going to look like, what Mortal Kombat currently looks like on the Switch. If you're going to get one of those Call of Duty games, for 10 years that are going to be coming to Nintendo consoles, guaranteed. You don't want those to be running like ass. Like, you play Fortnite on damn near anything right now. Phone, definitely any, Series S, X, PS5. And then you play it on the Switch and you just like, whoa. Whoa. And listen, maybe if you don't play it elsewhere and you only play it there, you don't know, and you think like that's the way the game is, it's not. I promise you. That's not the experience. And you ask anybody who actually plays Fortnite, they'll be like, yeah, this shit is. There was a time where it felt like, hey, it's close. But then Lumen came and all this Unreal 5 stuff came, and then the game just got left behind. So, yeah, like, I want a stronger console for Nintendo's third-party support. Oh, you said, Darkson said his daughter, yeah, the Amiibos got her interested. That's crazy. So the Amiibos around the house, and the Mario movie sent her into overdrive. That's awesome. This game might be too difficult, but doesn't this game have a 2-player mode anyway? Like in assist mode? Yeah, I think it does. But, yo, the shit you do in this game, just capturing everything and anything, like, this game is hilarious. It's hilarious because it's so good. And it's just Asian. It's literally Asian, like fine wine. But yeah, just a stronger Switch, to me, would be boring. Like, you got Steam Decks out there, ROG Allies, rumors of everybody and their moms is making a handheld from Xbox to PlayStation. Everybody's making a handheld according to everybody. And then, yeah, fine, great. You know what I'm saying? There's always plans for handhelds from, Xbox, from PlayStation and everything, but will they happen? Who knows? But, yeah, just a stronger, like, console is like, that's not Nintendo to me. And anybody who's a genuine, and I'm going to use the term real Nintendo, because it is real Nintendo. It is what it is. Sorry if the statement sounds like hyperbolic or whatever the case may be, but it's facts. If you are a real Nintendo fan, you understand what it means to be a real Nintendo fan. It means clenching for dear life every time a console going to get revealed. Why? Because what's the name going to be? I could listen. I've been saying Super Nintendo Switch since before the Switch came out. That oh yeah, calling the next system Super Nintendo Switch. You know what I'm saying? Like in thumbnails and all that. And y'all know a lot of the patron who've been rocking with me for years. No, yeah, Super Nintendo Switch. Around these parts, that's been the name, right? Switch 2, Super Nintendo Switch, however you want refer to it around these parts. Yes, that's the way it's referred to. But man, yeah, I'm sorry. Like damn well that there's a huge possibility that Nintendo will be like, yeah, the next console is called, you know, Nintendo Cappy. Like, and you'll just be like, you lying? Nah, no cap. Wait, you lying? No, Cappy. Wait, exactly. Like no, but they'll do that. They named their console Wii, bro. No pauses and nothing involved. It was just like, yes, that's the name. We all the we jokes. I'm gonna go we all that bullshit. From the 14-year-olds who probably right now like 50 because they were grown ass men doing that. And I'm just like, yo, like y'all really that insecure? But this is the world we live in. Yeah, man. Like you don't know. You gotta clench because you don't know what you're gonna get power level wise, right? Fine, that's a big thing for people. Eh, for me, it's like, yo, what's the Nintendo thing? At the end of the day, when they showed off the Switch, it was weak, and I said it was as much. I said, yeah, that shit ain't gonna lead to nothing like the Wii, and for the most part, it didn't. Like, yeah, there was Labo, and there was, the Wii, the Wii, what was it? The Fit game. You know what I'm saying? With the damn ring and all the Ring Fit. Like, there was stuff like that. VR with Labo. There was little things, but it was like, no. When you talk about the Wii, this is why I say, listen, there's gimmicks and then there's what the Wii is. And I don't like when people try to act like the Wii was like any of these other things. The Wii, what it was an abandoned shoulder button, was an abandoned, diamond face buttons on the controller, abandoned rumble, abandoned all that. And I say abandoned is because pointing at the screen was fire. Way more than measuring your pointing with motion controls. Gyroscopic. Oh yeah, I can do it, but then you got to press a button in order to recalibrate. Like playing shooters with a Wii remote was something incredible. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, that shit was abandoned because oh yeah, like casuals and grandmas, but there was so much cool shit that came from that. Like you're not getting nothing ever again like Red Steel 2. It's just never gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? You can say whatever you want. Crap like Elebits, it was just innovative, creative stuff. And not everything worked, and a lot of it was waggle, but when shit was done right and cool, oh, it was incredible. You know what I'm saying? Like even the little things, like taking phone calls from, No More Heroes and hearing it come out of your controller and stuff like that. Like I get like we got motion. PlayStation got speakers in the controller and all that. Microsoft next controller supposedly gonna have a speaker that also works as a microphone and all this nonsense. But I say all this just to say Nintendo really made great ideas. They didn't put pointers at the bottom of the controller for one game to use, like the Joy-Con. And yeah, the Joy-Con still had motion and all that, but and this game still uses motion. You see every single time you see Cappy do a 360 around me, which you probably already seen 1,000 times in this gameplay, that's me literally flicking the controller. I let go with one hand and boomerang like Batman. Woof. And then I feel like I'm literally throwing Cappy around me in the real world. That shit is fire. You know what I'm saying? But I also loved, using the pointer in Zelda. I love the Wii Remote and Nunchuck for Tropical Freeze and Returns, over a button press. Like, I loved it. Like, and that's Nintendo at the end of the day. Nintendo is shit like this, crazy ass ideas, just like, what are they going to think of next? And that's part of their DNA, but also to their hardware. And I think for everybody to just be acting like, yeah, Switch is just going to be, another hybrid console, and they're going to call it a day. Like, yeah, that is corny. I'm going to just say it loud and clear. I'm not saying, oh, I'm not going to buy it. It's garbage. But it is corny. And it's not an opinion that it's corny. It's factually corny to the DNA of who Nintendo is. To just say, yeah, we abandoned creativity for what? Just like, yeah, we got creativity in our games though, but yeah, we stuck now with the same controls. Listen, the one thing Nintendo that made me the biggest Nintendo fan out of anything, bigger than a fan of Sega at the time and bigger fan than of Xbox, is that they were always gonna bring stuff. And Xbox does this too, but different. It's just not in the gameplay department. Well, let me not say that, because online and Xbox Live and all of that, yeah, definitely changed gameplay. But you know what I mean, with controls and stuff. Xbox have been with the same controller basically since day one. PlayStation have been the same since day one. And any gimmick that PlayStation add is not something that every game is going to support. It's going to actually change the way you play. HD Rumble, PlayStation's Rumble, it's not a gimmick. It's nicer Rumble, but it's some bullshit. In the whole scheme of, yeah, let me get a console for some new shit. Like, that ain't it. You know what I'm saying? The analog stick was it. Shoulder buttons was it. The diamond shape on the Super Nintendo controllers was it. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was real stuff. Motion controls, new ways to play, the touch screen on the DS. That was it. That was the fire. That's what you want. And what they would do now would be just resting on their laurels, being like, yeah, we got a hit, let's just not rock the boat. And a lot of Nintendo fans who are afraid of another failure, I'm like, I don't give a shit. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because as a Nintendo fan, I know they don't got two pillars now, so oh no, you should care. Because if this one fails, then I'm like, they just go again. But I mean, I saw them do that shit with the Virtual Boy, for crying out loud. Like, I've seen Nintendo through all the ages, so I know how they'll move when times get tough. You think, oh nah, what are they gonna do? Amiibos, they'll hold them down for a little while, and it'll be something new, but it'll be something along those lines. And yeah, like, I just look at it and I go, Nintendo definitely needs to have something there. Even though the console, I believe it'll be a hybrid, something you can take with you. There needs to be something. There needs to be a genuine game changing thing. Like, I want that. I'm sorry. I like my video games to adapt. Now, once this goddamn Xbox controller gets confirmed, all right, the mission worked. Motion controls are standard across the whole goddamn industry. Not just on mobile phones, not just from, Nintendo handhelds, touch generation, none of that. Nah, it got standardized in every single controller, every game, every developer can design their games now with motion controls, knowing that, yeah, every game in the world has a controller that's capable of motion. So if I design this game like this, I'm not hindering the experience on PC or on PlayStation or on Xbox or on Switch. Everybody got the same shit, right? But in order for everybody to get to the same shit also, somebody had to be an innovator and do something new. You know? I like, I'm sorry, like, I look at the camera button on the on the Wii U. Like, being able to take pictures and share pictures on Miiverse and social media. And then, PlayStation got the share button. Now Xbox got the share button. That was useful for us as a community, as a society. That's what we do. We share the social media. So having a quick button to record, to tap, makes great sense. But I'm just trying to hit this dude instantly. But yeah, somebody has to be the one who's going to try to do new gameplay ideas, new things. If all three are just playing it safe with the controls, then yeah, games are not gonna surprise and delight anymore. You know what I'm saying? And they definitely need to do that in order to thrive. This industry is always gonna have to evolve, always gonna have to bring new things. Whether, and I mean, like, battle royale and like, yeah, there's always gonna be new things. That's the way this industry is. So yeah, they should definitely continue to be Nintendo and bring new goodness to us. So. Yeah, Green Tea said hopefully they still look at the sign in that room Iwata was in, that 1E3 direct, where it said on a sign in Japanese, create something unique. Yeah, that's the thing though. You know, that's why my love for Iwata ran deep. People would say, "Oh, he's just, a corporate guy." Like, I'm like, bro, you can't say that about a guy who started with making video games and then went to the top of the company, to the tippity top of it. Like, who better to have? You know what I'm saying? Like, who better to have overseeing the damn thing than the real video game guy? Like, this is the dude who created Smash Brothers. This is the dude who created Kirby, for crying out loud. This a dude who helped make Pokemon what it is today. Like Iwata was not just, oh yeah, some regular suit. Some not, like nah. Iwata was literally a gamer, guy. Like I mean, through and through. Not only did he live it like you and me do, playing it, but he also lived it, creating it. And then he had to maneuver the whole industry with it, and understood that yeah, we can't just chase power. We got to do this. Everybody was like, nah, we gonna do power. He said, y'all all gonna bleed out. And for the last 20 years, and for the last over a decade of me doing this podcast, I've been telling y'all these words from the GDC, where basically he was laughed out of there, where all his talk about, oh yeah, this ain't gonna work, and you had people from Epic even laughing at him and all that. I still remember that, and I get it. They on their power this, power that, and where we at right now when we see leaks from Sony and everything, shit different. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, it ain't working. How many people done Sony, whole studios got let go in this industry? A lot. And Sony is one of the biggest proponents of chasing bigger, 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 bigger. And now they're like, yeah, we can't really do that. These guys are now talking about breaking games up in parts, but also nickel and diamond, you $100 games. And like, it's crazy. You know what I'm saying? That's what Iwata was talking about. Like, he knew, he read the room long before. So it's like, yeah, I want something that's capable of, of basically, yo, give me a handheld Series S, and I know it would be lower than that, but still, like something like that. Like, give me something that's capable, not the best, just something that everything will be able to run on it. Like, listen, if your game runs on the Series S, it can run on this and look great. Look fine, look respectable. So, I think like that's the perfect space for the industry. Like, there's a conversation going around, I feel, a lot of the time in the Xbox space of whether the Series S was a good idea or not. I know it's been doing so well, but the X hasn't been doing as well as the Series S, and it's in game development, all this conversation. I just look at it like options. You listen, when the Series S was revealed, I 100% was like, this is a great thing, yeah, expecting this would be the thing that most people will buy. The whole conversation, the grandma's gonna walk into the house. I mean, with a console. I've never seen a grandma do that, but shout out to y'all grandmas who brought y'all consoles. And I was like, that would be the one that she would have bought, because it's the cheaper one. But yeah, people, I guess, don't think about others in certain things. But yeah, just a stronger Switch is not enough. They need to innovate and do something new to surprise us. So I hope that is. I'm not gonna say I hope. I 100% expect that as a Nintendo fan, for it to be more than just stronger. So yeah, a single worthwhile game at launch. The next thing after this, I'm about to talk about that. The next thing after this, nah, that ain't enough. We need more. And I know, oh yeah, what we had 1-2 Switch Zelda, that was enough. Yeah, I don't care about that now. I'm saying that's not enough. One game. I got a lot of video games to play, and it never slows down. When you live that NX life, it never slows down. Like, and I just mentioned like 4 brand new games that brand new to the ecosystem of Xbox, and like Persona just dropped on that. I saw when I booted up my console today. I was like, that shit is out already. Like, and I was seeing trailers for that on YouTube, and I was, oh, that's out already. That's crazy. Like, it's insane. Like, it's insane. Like, there's a lot of video games. So I say, if you're gonna have one game, listen, I never get the refresh Nintendo consoles. This will be the first time I get the refresh Nintendo console. If you're gonna just have one game, I'm gonna just be like, what, I feel like I should just wait then, and just get the new better thing. Because if you're gonna come out with a Switch, a Super Nintendo Switch that's, oh yeah, the screen is LCD, and then gonna have an OLED one later, it's like, yeah, I want the OLED one. Even if I don't play handheld, I don't care. Like, and I'm just talking because when you see that new 3D Mario game, you're like, you're right, you just talking. I've said as much, didn't I say that at the start of this? Like, but yeah, man, just one game at launch, that's not enough, man. Give us 2 bangers, and I mean that. Like, give us genuinely 2 bangers. Like, if Metroid Prime 4 was ready, I'm like, just give me Metroid Prime 4 and the new 3D Donkey Kong. The new EPD, Mario thing. The next thing, the sequel to this. The sequel to this was Bowser's Fury, right? Technically. You know what I mean. Bowser's Fury what was that Shadow game I'm gonna talk about later. Um, yeah, like more than one game. I don't think that's asking for too much, right? Just more than one. And I don't mean like I'm not counting the third party stuff. I expect it to be bangers at launch, like Call of Duty and stuff like that. Yeah, 100%. I expect that because I know Call of Duty right now is in development. It has to be. Contracts were signed. They're gonna be the first one to get a development kit. Nintendo gonna be like, "Yo, y'all got that? Y'all started that?" That's exactly what they're gonna do, and it's gonna be awesome. But I mean, from you know an exclusive standpoint, like yeah, this is an exclusive Nintendo thing. This takes advantage of the new gimmick or whatever the case may be. And I know people hear the word gimmick, they get scared. I don't. I hear the word gimmick and I think cool shit, cool ways for me to play, new ideas that could change the face of video games. I'm a gamer, man, and at the end of the day, I want to experience new ways to play. Like, are you telling me like you don't want like motion control aiming in Grand Theft Auto when every controller when that game comes out is gonna have motion controls? Like, so the aiming is better. Why wouldn't you? Like, give me options, accessibility options. Grand Theft Auto is the biggest game in the world. Grand Theft Auto being the biggest game in the world, it shouldn't just get celebrated. There should be weight put on that game. And I don't mean like, oh, that's fucked up. Because the developer now, you just added on them. Yeah. When you're the leader, you gotta act like it in this industry. So their game should be the most like win of the award for accessibility. I don't want to see Gears of War 6 come out and they be like, oh yeah, that shit won again. Like, oh yeah, because they did great stuff. Collision always does. Or Ubisoft came out with a game in that one because they do great stuff. Or some Xbox game because they do great stuff with accessibility. Or a PlayStation first party game because they stepped their shit up and did great stuff with God of War. Insane stuff for colorblind and all that. Like, Grand Theft Auto need to do all of that. They fucking won. For real. Like, people just be like, oh, no, it's just enough for it to come out. Nah. Like, you got to be a poster child for this industry. You got to move this thing forward. You know what I'm saying? And say, listen, this is what everybody else is doing. Yeah, we definitely going to do that too. And we going to even push it even more to the limit. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I mean everything. And people are like, what do you mean? Like, you want like a PG version of the game? Yeah. You should be able to take off blood, take off things. Like, I don't give a fuck. Like, you should be able to make dudes die and burst into goddamn marshmallows for all I care. You know what I'm saying? To goddamn sprinkles. And it's like, wow, yeah, so that it's accessible for kids to play, whatever the case may be. And it's, oh yeah, Grand Theft Auto don't need to be, although not it really should. And the fact that everybody just always wants to be fanboys to these companies and to these games and not put pressure on them to actually move the medium forward, that shit is whack. And that's just like that's that real happy to be here mentality. I'm not like that. I've been here since the beginning, and I want everybody to be better and everybody to win. And you know how we all win? What's Phil Spencer line? When we play together, we all win. Nah, when everybody can actually play is when we all win. Everybody. You know what I'm saying? All humans. Let's be clear. So yeah, let me get off my soapbox real quick. But yeah, next I gotta say backwards compatibility. Now they could move to disc, they could move to full digital. I don't care what they do. But some form of backwards compatibility should be there for the people who bought their games or digitally. I'm not one of them, so I will be screwed. I don't care because I'm for the people. And I'm like, at the end of the day, they should be a way for you to play, your current Switch games on the next console. So yeah, if you don't got that, that's gonna be disappointing, especially if it's called Super Nintendo Switch or Switch 2 or something Switch related, or it's clearly the evolution. Of that. Like, Nintendo will have a regular Nintendo, then Super Nintendo. And I hate when people use that like a way to say, oh yeah, that was just an evolution. Like, yo, bro, Super Nintendo was a revolution. Oh, I mean, it was just, stronger and yet. No, it wasn't. It had shoulder buttons and it had the diamond. Literally the controller that people standardize and use today. Just add analog sticks. And they haven't moved past that for the most part. Like, are you kidding me? Like, that shit was insane. The arcade games worked at home properly. Like, Sega had to make a whole new controller for crying out loud. Like, I was there pressing select for kicks, selects for punches, playing Street Fighter until you got the 6-button controller. The 6 face buttons. Like, they went up them. They said, oh, yeah, I got 4? We got 6. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, like, and some people might say, oh, the 6 didn't survive. And I'm like, you sure? Because we got back paddles now. So it's back. Or you can say the clicking analog stick. It's back. Like we got mad face buttons. Um, but yeah, no backwards compatibility. That would suck. But now this is a whole different thing. No forward compatibility with games or peripherals. Forward compatibility is something that Microsoft introduced. Now, when somebody introduces something, it's funny how everybody be like, "Oh yeah, everybody don't got to do that because Xbox did it. They got the most money." That's all I hear. You want to know why? Right? I don't take that shit into consideration because they're all really fucking quick to copy the shit that can make them money. Even when the fucking value ain't there. Hence PlayStation Essential bullshit, which ain't worth the money. And Nintendo's Online, which is just, hey, you want to play online? Well, here we go. We just gated it. And yeah, look, we got some old shit for you to play. Like, word? But they quick to take, oh, yeah, pay for online and online on console. You pay for it, but on PC? Nah. If I ain't pay for Game Pass Ultimate right now, I can't play Gears of War Online, let's say, or Halo Infinite. But I could turn on my PC. Well, my PC is on. I'm on it right now. But you know what I'm saying? Like, I could go on this PC right now, boot up goddamn wherever the hell I own those games, Windows, whatever the case may be, and play those games online and everything on PC. And gamers like, yeah, that's just the way it is because consoles, you know what I'm saying? The reason is because and why. What? What? So they could take everything bad, but they can't take the good. Fuck that. Microsoft done revolutionized the console space with the Xbox Series S and the Xbox Series X. Backwards compatibility is great. Forwards compatibility is amazing. Auto HDR, FPS boost, but also forward compatibility with your controllers. If we're going to have the same damn controllers, my Wii U Pro 80-hour beautiful controller, which I just retired as my PC controller because I got two a series controller, so I use one now as the PC one. Oh yeah, this is gonna be ugly. Watch this triangle right here. It's so off. Uh, but yeah, like having the controls work, not having to buy multiple controllers all the time, is a great thing. It's a great thing. Everybody should adopt that, and everybody should want that. You know what I'm saying? Like you have a Wii U Pro controller probably sitting there with the same. Oh yeah, it don't got motion. It's fine. I can't play Splatoon with it, but there's other games that I could play that don't use that. You know what I'm saying? But what's gonna be the excuse with the next one? Oh no, with this one, we added an extra button. I'm like, all right, but can I use this for backwards compatibility, or are you gonna sell me a controller? Jesus, you went far out, dude. Uh, I'm looking at me doing this triangle, like it's horrible. But yeah, like it's just crazy. Like you you just can't make this up, man. Like where people root against things. Like, oh no, I'll make excuses of why a thing can't be. No, I'm gonna just say straight up, I want these things. I like the fact that ownership on Xbox is better than on that was bad. Is better than on PlayStation and Switch. So I would want them to join them. You got a Nintendo account, you got a PlayStation account. Don't you want them? Oh no, this was 100%. I forgot I got 100. Um, like yeah, like you just should expect better, man. Like people just be quick to be like, oh nah, it's okay. Like it's okay if PlayStation comes out with the PlayStation 6, and damn well, every PlayStation controller is the same shit since PlayStation 1. Now they changed up the skin a little bit, make the grip better. Thank God. But for the most part, it's the same. It's the same goddamn controller, right? And now everybody is just basically sitting on a pro controller, a standard controller. The reason why Nintendo calls the controller a pro controller is because that's what they named it, because it was different from the Wii remote, the new evolution of controls that they had. Like, and now we all gonna just be stuck with the same thing. Now they gotta be something new. Somebody just standardize back paddles, do all that. Like, just force it. Like, once you do that, and gamers like, yeah, I like this. It plays better. Da, da, da. Like that goes a long way too. It's funny how people think we got to be so samey with consoles, and are scared to innovate with it. But it's shown time and time again that innovating leads to success a lot of the time. Just because PlayStation is like, oh yeah, they're the de facto platform, the casual box, and they've always been. It's been the one that, oh yeah, I can play music, I can play DVDs. It's, the console that I'm gonna get everything if I get a PlayStation. You know what I mean? Like they always felt like that. Well, you ain't getting Indiana Jones. You know what I'm saying? You ain't getting a lot of stuff no more. I look at it and it's funny, like you get everything. I never played a Mario game on one of those, but yeah, you know the narrative, you know how it goes. Like just because they had that success, and again, is the casual just blind? Oh yeah, I'm gonna just go get a console. I'm gonna get that one because I know I'm gonna get Call of Duty, Madden, Grand Theft Auto on that for sure, FIFA, uh, and it's gonna look good. But Nintendo has found success, crazy success, right? Doing things different off the beaten path, let's just say. But to me, that's not off the beaten. That's the standard. It's what they've always done, and they were here first. So to me, that's the norm. It's weird to me to not be innovative, So I want to see them innovate, and I want to see them push things forward. And yeah, forward compatibility is something new. I want them to take that and build on it. Like again, they take everything else from each other. Like, come on, man, build. So yeah, let's see what else. Yeah, this is just a personal one for me now. This one's real personal. And y'all tell me how y'all feel, cause I saw the data mine stuff. And while we talking about data mines, let me say this real quick, cause I wasn't gonna talk about this shit, cause to me it's bullshit to talk about. It's just narrators from people who ain't got nothing to play. A lot of shit get data mined. I don't know if y'all know that data mining is not a new thing. It's an old thing. Games have had a lot of stuff data mined. We've seen a lot of things. We've also seen not only data mine, we've seen ideas revealed through books and conversations. Like, oh yeah, we were planning to have, this in this game or that in that game, and things like, oh, look at the Zelda book. It showed that they had an idea for the Minish Cap to be in Breath of the Wild. Yeah, ideas. A lot of things get thrown at the wall. A lot of things get into games and then get left in the back. I was just talking about Grand Theft Auto. What was the shit called? Hot Coffee. Remember that? That whole shit. Remember that? And that was all left on the disc. Remember, this is a not pre-internet, but like PlayStation, yeah, had online, but it wasn't an online console. PlayStation 2 like that. Like, yeah, so common shit. For the most part, it was an offline world still for a lot of gamers. And yeah, that whole hot coffee thing happened. And it was crazy. None of that ever came to fruition. It was never going to be in a game, but it was left there. This happens all the time. So just because you data mine something, don't mean that means fact. Don't mean that, oh yeah, it's confirmed. Don't mean that. So I like, people just want to keep this narrative going. Yo, the year started. Had a great Xbox show. Prince of Persia came out. Brand new games came out. Right now, you got plenty to play. Persona, Bro, Tato, the damn damn Wreck Ball game. Like, yo, there's a lot of stuff to play right now. A lot. And more is coming, and I'm just like, yo, y'all really letting yourself get dragged into these goofy things that, like I said, I already said my piece on this, but like, if it happens, it happens. What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you going so crazy for about, oh yeah, they taking our game? Like, yeah, I get it. Console war rhetoric, and we need this in order to, I get it. I understand. But it goes beyond console. I know for some people it's genuine. Like, then the console doesn't have an identity if all the games go. Yeah, yeah. I don't care about it. Like, yo, y'all been having a conversation about nothing with any reality to it. Like, you just got an Xbox show, nothing. You got a PlayStation show, nothing. You go on social media, has a random tweet been dropped saying Hi-Fi Rush is coming to Switch, and nothing yet. But people going crazy and folding themselves into a pretzel over it. It's just annoying. Like, bro, a lot of things get data mined. Don't mean it's reality. So just to be clear on that. Like, I don't want to waste even energy talking about that bullshit. So, yeah. They just data mine. This I'm like, why was I talking about data mine again? Some Switch stuff, and we saw what the OS was originally gonna look like. Some aspects were worse, and some aspects was way better. like having the games at the bottom and then having a nice background. But we know how Nintendo felt about backgrounds: black and white. No other colors exist, and damn sure ain't getting no artwork. All that shit we did on the 3DS, opening it, and then beautiful Zelda music, or Metroid music, or Kirby music, or whatever the hell, goddamn IP. We had a background for music and jingles, and like literally, I opened my 3DS, and go Zelda, like fire. Yeah, none of that. No, no, you're not getting none of that. So yeah, my final, thought on what would make it undesirable: a soulless interface. A soulless interface. We are living in a connected world. Miiverse, man, they had the right idea. We need more. We need more. The most I get out of my Switch now is when I go, like, I just changed my profile picture to the Deku Tree, right? Because there's some Zelda stuff up there. If you didn't know, by the way, go get your points and get the Tears of the Kingdom avatars on Nintendo Switch Online. But anyway, I just switched that, right? And I'll go on my friends list and I'll look and I'll be like, all right, let me see. Oh, they got this picture. Oh, you got that picture. That picture. That's it. That's all you can do. Can't message them. Say, yo, what's up? Nothing. None of that. Can't invite them to a game. None of that. Oh, you could use that. Like, what game actually supports it? Like, this is what I'm saying. Like, I want a user interface where I could instant message a friend, join my party, invite instant, easy a friend, join my party. We are living in the connected world. Crossplay is a thing. Their online should not be this ancient. You know what I'm saying? So I want a great interface for the online. I want a great interface just to be on my console and enjoy myself. Give me some goddamn music in the in the shop and stuff like that. All that shit went a long way. When I go on my Wii U, right? And I do it all the time because every time I weigh myself, I use Wii Fit. Yeah, since back then, I just like having all my stats on that. So yeah, when I go on there and I'm like, yo, I go from I actually now I was using the Wii Fit Plus, but then I got to get a new battery for my gamepad. The battery died, so now I've been using the Wii, channel, the Wii Fit channel, because it's easy. You don't got to put the game in or nothing. You can just weigh yourself. So y'all like, yo, you dead ass talking about the goddamn Wii Fit and all that? That's serious. And I'm serious. If you had me added on your Wii U and you go on it, you'll see like, oh, you was just on it the other day. Like, it's all the time, literally. Like, I'm always on it. And I see y'all times it'd be like 10 years, not be 7 years for most of y'all. But in the browser and everything still works on that. Like in the browser, I don't use that shit no more. But I'm just saying that stuff still works. Uh, yeah, like the sound, seeing the Mii's run down, and all of that stuff. Like, I loved it. Like, I absolutely loved it. And the fact that we don't got that now, it's sad, yo. It's absolutely sad. So I want to see a interface that actually excites me to turn my console on. I love turning on. Uh, Green Tea said, I really don't want an HTML website as a menu anymore, like the Switch. I know it's lightweight, but man, so bland and barely any features. Yo, it's the worst thing ever. And when people say, "Oh, look how quick I can get into my game," it's the most bullshit statement. I know I talked about this when the console came out and I even did the time. I did the time comparing it to the Wii U. I was like, how long does it take me to go from a game into a Wii U? And it was the same shit. And it was the same thing with Xbox. And on that Xbox now is even faster with quick resume. Like, I was like, bro, like, that's a bullshit argument, but people gonna argue whatever in order to defend the most blandest piece of trash OS in the history of consoles. Like, GameCube didn't even have an OS, but damn, holding the damn button with four controllers and getting the different sounds and or the bongos and different different sounds from the regular doo 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 boom, like, that was cool. Like, it's literally nothing, nothing. Like the Xbox at least does the and it turns on, but I muted that. Like, I genuinely muted that because you don't know how many times I'll have my surround sound on. It'd be like 3 in the morning, turn on my Xbox, and that should just literally make my heart sink. You know what I mean? Like, into my gut, like, fuck, like, oh my god. Like, I didn't like, so once they gave the ability to turn that off, like the light on the Xbox, all my Xbox lights are off. Like, I haven't seen my Xbox with a light on in forever. I hate all these little goddamn lights on consoles. It's the worst shit they ever did to consoles. Like, I swear, like it's so bad. If I showed you all my internet stuff, all my appliances, you'll see I got black electric tape on everything. All my Verizon, like router, all the shit that they put into the wall for fire, everything that got the little green lights, all of that I covered. I hate little lights in the corner of my eye. Like when I got the lights off, I want my room to be pitch black and I only want to see my screen. I don't want to see a light on the corner. I turn up the light on the controller, all of it. I like the Pro controller for the simple fact that the little green light, it's on the side that you do not see when you're holding the controller. You know what I'm saying? Like I couldn't imagine owning the PlayStation not being able to turn off that light. I don't know if you could or not. You know, I don't own it, like a 4 or 5. But when I saw that light, I was like, oh hell no! Like that's a deal breaker if you can't turn that off. And that's not made up. Like for me, genuinely, I hate little lights. You know, just on anything. Like why does this need to be here? Like, and I get it. It lets you know if it's on. Once I know how the shit work, I'm like, good. I know how it work. It's good. Like on the for example, on the Verizon thing. I leave the one light that lets me know, all right, the internet working. I can see that. That's it. I don't need no other light. That's it. And I got that set up where I could just uncover it and cover it right back up. Like, yeah, I really did that. I mean, day one, once the Verizon person left, I got to work covering every little light. I've done that. I've done that literally since I was super young, like super young. I would even cover sometimes a goddamn red lights on the old, cable boxes back in the day. But anyway, yeah, Solus interface, man, it's not good. Nintendo has so much beautiful art, creative stuff. Like, yeah, did you see that art piece? It's literally the screensaver of my PC. But the Zelda art piece that they just put out for Tears of the Kingdom, I'm like, you had that in the chamber? In the art, in the cover you gave us was that should have been the cover of the game. The sunset, everything, it's gorgeous. That art is so beautiful. I'm like, I would love to have that as a theme on my Switch. Like, yo, I like when I turned on my PlayStation 3. Every single time I would see my Lord of the Rings theme, and it was like three different themes. It would go from Mordor to Rivendell to where was the other one? I think the other one was Isengard. But the point is, it was switch, and you would see like the armies, like little moving, the little flags moving, and everything. Like I love that. You know what I'm saying? The Xbox right now, I got the Series S and the X background, but they just added all the themes that they put for all the different occasions for Pride, for Black History Month. They made those actual profiles right now, like backgrounds that you could use on your OS. And I love that. Like I love that they do that stuff. And I'm glad that Xbox is so much better about it right now. Like you got a Call of Duty one up there. You got Immortals of Avium up there. They just added a beautiful what's this shit called? Cyberpunk one. And it's the girl and she got the sword and you got the neon lights. It's beautiful. Like it's really well done. And I'm just like, yeah, like Nintendo should be on this. Like they've done this before. Like they've done, and it's funny. I hate all these lights, right? But genuinely, I love the blue light on the Wii. Well, let me not say I loved it. I liked it because it was oh, I got a message, I got something. Let me go see what it is. That was awesome. But I hated it at night when that shit came on and he was like, oh hell, no, I gotta get up now, turn on this thing to check this message. Yeah, I hated that. So I'm not gonna. I'm like it was two sides to it. Even though I did love that at the time, I also hated it. Uh, See if this was Prince of Persia, if this was Zive, if this was Metro, I could have dashed through there and not got stuck. Actually, I needed to get momentum to not do that. Or just go the other way. Yeah, go the other way probably would have made sense. But anyway, yeah. So Solus interface that would be bad. So real quick, I'll be right back, and yeah, y'all can enjoy this gameplay for the next 30 seconds. And I'm back. Now, let's talk the next 3D Mario before we get into, the news stories of the week. By the way, I just realized that I wasn't even recording the audio version. And I do this too much by mistake. But anyway, if anything went bad, it would have, it would have been bad. But anyway, it's been going good. So, yeah, the next 3D Mario, right? I talked about the Switch successor being surprising, new ideas, new things, right? That automatically, would all make the next Mario game extra crazy because EPD is going to take advantage of whatever the new gimmick of the console is, almost certainly, especially if it's a strong gimmick like, the Wii was and stuff like that. Uh, so let me actually read the chat. Wolves then, what's up? J Viz, what's up? Before I get into this Mario topic, so Mario 64 and 4K 2024, let's go. Imagine the possibilities. I don't want Mario 64 again. I wouldn't even buy that shit. Mario 64 is absolutely trash now in comparison to everything we got. So I really don't want Mario 64. I don't want Mario 64. I don't want Ocarina of Time. I don't want no remake. I just want new games personally. Like if I never see another remake, you know, for the rest of my life, I would not be mad about it. Genuinely, like just give me a new ways to play those old games easier, like like a Game Pass or throwing them into the Switch Online and things like that. I don't really want old games, but anyway, yeah, you said Wilson said, I hope you can use the silver coins for backgrounds when you buy the profile picture too. That is the idea to me. Expand it all the way. Yeah, even that would have been good, right? Like if they would have had not just profile pictures, but actual themes that you could get with your, platinum points and stuff like that, your silver points. So Digital Green Tea said the Wii light could have been solved with an accessibility option to force light off at certain times, like nighttime. Absolutely, during sleep hours, put sleep hours on it. That's the thing. My I have my nightlight setting on my Xbox where it puts like the yellow tint, so you don't get the blue, headaches from the blue light and all that. I have that set to go at 7:45 on my Xbox consoles. So when that happens, the console light is always off, the hardware light, but the controller light during the day is actually on, right? So once it all goes into night mode, that light goes off on the controller, at 7:45. So it's like, yeah, everything now is in night mode. Nothing is bothering me. They give you like the accessibility feature that they give you on the Xbox like that. It literally makes it, a world of a difference. You got to remember before when the Switch was coming out, I literally said, because it's a handheld and everything, I want a yellow light feature like all phones got now. Because that's what like the Gunnar Optics glasses, you hear me? Glasses do. They remove the blue tint, which causes, eye fatigue and headaches and all that. And that's a genuine real thing because I suffer from eye fatigue, from always looking at monitors and everything. The blue light is the worst. And like, for example, on my PC right now, if I wanted to, while I'm looking at, this whole gameplay and everything, I could have it on yellow. Sometimes I do, but right now it's early as hell, so I'm just like, it's fine right now. But if it was 7:45, my PC would already go on to yellow light. I always do that. You know what I mean? And I have it set on my Xbox controller where I double tap the share button and it'll turn it off. Double tap it, it'll turn it on. So if I'm gonna watch a movie and I'm like, I don't want the yellow tint right now, it's nighttime, I just double tap it and I'm getting my beautiful HDR, everything looking, proper the way it's supposed to look. Those little things, those little accessibility features make the console such a joy to use that's why I roll my eyes when people be like, oh yeah, if Hi-Fi Rush goes to the PlayStation, then I don't need it on an Xbox. I'm like, Xbox is so much better than the Switch and the PlayStation as a hardware. Like, first of all, when you buy your games, forward compatibility, backwards compatibility, but also just the way it makes your life. Like, when I'm playing Fortnite and I got, music in the background through Spotify, or you could use Amazon, whatever the case may be, like, that experience is great. Like, you know what I'm saying? But then also, buying movies and things like that on the console and getting, crazy. Like right now, Xbox, they got insane deals on movies, and and they're even cheaper if you're a Game Pass member. Like, there's just so much benefits to owning Xbox hardware beyond even the games that it's like when you actually compare. Like, you can say whatever you want. Oh yeah, I think PlayStation has better games. I think Nintendo has better games. I ain't gonna argue with the latter. Like, but I'm gonna tell you, yeah, but their console is literally shovelware compared to Xbox. They're literally not last gen. They may as well not even be a gen. They're so far behind. Like they're so far behind. And that's not even counting stuff like quick resume. Like right now I go on my console and it's like, yeah, whatever I was playing yesterday, it's right there. Like my Brotato, it stopped on the wave I'm on. And when I go on it, I just I left it on the screen where you pick what new abilities you want, and then because it's just like Vampire Survivor, and then just go into that next wave. Like it's right there. It's not off at all. I was playing Jusant. Y'all see some gameplay of that. Climbing these walls. I'm literally mid climb, like, and I just left it there. Like that shit is different. Once you live your life with this experience, which since 2020 has been the way it's been already, it's a beautiful thing. And it's like these things make the experience better. It makes you like want to go back to your console. Like, listen, I'm fine playing on my Switch. Like, look, all of this was today. I played 4 hours of this game today. Like, I only meant to play for 1 hour. Caught myself. I'm like, bro, like, what are you doing? You just went in 4 hours. Uh, like everything you saying here. The last thing I did was beat up the damn Bayonetta dragon, like we used to call it. Like, and seeing that dragon pop up again. I did the whole Luncheon Kingdom, and I'm ready to go to the next thing, and I'm like, oh my god, I completely forgot about the dragon, and just seeing like, yo, that's absolutely crazy. But anyway, you know, uh, what else? What else? You said nobody remembers this feature, but on 3DS, friend list clicking on join game and it started the game was amazing. That's crazy. See, the 3DS actually did that. It's weird. They need like a universal thing, so it's just better for everybody to actually connect and play. But yeah, let's talk about this Mario stuff real quick, so we can get into talking about Shadow and all this other news. So yeah, for the next 3D Mario, this is the final main topic. What will the NX 3D Mario introduce to surprise and delight? This is the NX Mario Odyssey, but you know what I mean. The next Mario game. I'm gonna say it right now. Mario 64 art style was different from Sunshine. Even though, oh yeah, it's the 3D Mario, so it's like they look the same, but they're different. The art styles are literally different. 3D World and Bowser's Fury share the same art style for obvious reasons, but 3D World looks different from Sunshine. Sunshine looks completely different from Galaxy, but Galaxy 1 and 2 look the same. But then Odyssey looks completely different from all of those. Odyssey almost looks like they took the Brawl aesthetic and applied it to this game where a lot of things look real, even though it's still cartoony Mario. Like Mario got mad detail on his clothes, like he did in Brawl and he does in Smash Brothers games. Um, like how is Mario taken from Smash Brothers more than Smash Brothers is taken from Mario games? It doesn't make sense. But yeah, I think a new art style is probably still in the cards. It might not be as big, but I just mentioned all these games to say they all do change slightly. So expect new art style. But I was gonna say I wanted to say all that stuff to say I think the gap is gonna be bigger, art style wise. You know what I mean? I feel like the next 3D Mario might actually have its Wind Waker moment or something like that. I ain't saying they're gonna be cel shaded. I wish that would be so crazy, but I think they're gonna do something where when people see it, they're gonna be like, "Yo!" Like I think we're all gonna like it, but we're also all gonna be like, "Wait, that's the new 3D Mario game?" Like some people gonna be surprised by it. It looks so crazy. Like I think it's gonna be something along those lines. But I look at these visuals and I'm like, I could just can I have some more of this, please? But I've also felt like that with Galaxy 2. I was like, yo, just give me Galaxy 3. And it's like I didn't know what I wanted. Well, no, I did know what I want. I wanted, an open Mario game like this. But yeah, I wanted more, the crazy. But this game, you go into the galaxies, into the space, and all that. They do everything. This game is sick. It's absolutely crazy. Um, yeah, so new art style. I think that's in the cards, and that'll definitely go a long way in order to surprise us. You know what I'm saying? To surprise and delight us, because they definitely got to do that. They got to surprise us with Where they always do. Look at this game. You didn't think you would be doing all of this, throwing your hat, using your hat as a platform, capturing things more than even Kirby does in his own damn 3D game, which is insane to say, but it's the reality. Uh, yeah. So new gameplay mechanics, I'm gonna say, right? And I can't sit here and try to pretend like, yeah, to know what these mechanics are gonna be. But I think with the kind of game that I think that they can potentially make, you can see where the new mechanics could come in. So imagine if they made the game fully online co-op where you play as Mario and Donkey Kong, or Mario and Luigi, or Mario or any other characters from, Mario 2 or the 3D world cast of characters, throwing Daisy in there. Let's say Daisy and Rosalina are both in. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, like a full car game, the fact that it takes two runs on the Switch perfectly, you can do it. You know what I'm saying? Anybody thinks, oh yeah, they can't do it. They could if they wanted to. They've already done Mario co-op multiple times. So me saying the co-op Mario game isn't out of the norm for mainline Mario. So them actually doing, oh yeah, we're gonna do the whole game now. This one, online. Then I didn't even play. I owned it, never even played. 3D World had online, right? I don't know how good it was, but it had online. Uh, Obviously I like the fun online that they did with, like, it felt like Ghost, but it wasn't Ghost. They were genuinely there with you. And Mario Wonder, we've seen online from EPD a lot with these games, and I always bring back the fact that Onuma won it online in Breath of the Wild, and they still never did it. Probably hardware reason why. So yeah, I said 3D Zelda's gonna get online inevitably. It's just gonna happen. Um, and yeah, I think it's the same thing with Mario. So imagine it being a Mario Donkey Kong adventure game like this. But you see, I'm going through these doors and completing all these different moons. You on one side doing them on the other. There's some that it takes two in order to do them. Potentially they could have, like, even if you're playing by yourself, they could at those it takes two puzzles. They can have just like a Ghost appear. We've seen Ghost, Shadow Marios and stuff like that. Have Shadow DK or Shadow Luigi or whatever the case may be, whoever your partner is, you know, pop up and help you out. So I think that would be cool, right? What else? What else? So I said more open than ever. Did I say yeah? Yeah. So more open than ever. Plessy. Let me bring up Plessy because these worlds are open, right? Like I'm in this world. I'm cleaning up everything that I could before I move on to the next one. I could have been moved on, but I'm just chilling. I think I'm gonna actually move on right now. Funny enough, saying that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think so. But anyway, yeah, I'm out of here. I'm definitely out of here. Uh, and this is so satisfying. All the moons. Like this is an open world right here, and you doing as much as you can. Then you go, and then this world changes. You could get to this world, like you see that platform up there that I couldn't get to. You could get to it, from another world. And there's a moon up there. Like I could see them doing this again, which is great. Like just more open areas like this, because I never want to do just one star and then back out. I need to be collecting and platforming and jumping around like this. So once you do this, man, it's hard to go back to those old Mario games, like because this is just it's just so seamless, and the user interface is just so much more inviting. I'll just say, but imagine they actually went and just build, because remember, this isn't the last thing that they did. The last thing that they did was Bowser's Fury, and that was one big open area, and they did a lot in that open area. It wasn't even that big. It was like one of these worlds, basically, you could say. And they did a lot. Now imagine if they just say, yeah, we're gonna do one giant interconnected world. Not saying that there won't be doors that load you into little, platforming rooms and stuff like that. Of course, it's Mario. They're gonna do that. But imagine if they actually did a whole open experience, meaning gameplay changes because, yeah, you got a Plessy to go on water. Yeah, you got Yoshi to go up buildings like you could in Galaxy 2. You know what I mean? Getting the what was the red peppers, I think he would get, right? Yoshi, and they just start, going mad fast. up walls. So you could go up buildings and skyscrapers and do all this stuff, or mountains and everything with Yoshi. But then also, if you're in the city area, they finally meet Mario Kart and 3D Mario, and you could jump in the cart. I mean, you already had a motorcycle in this game that you could ride around on. So yeah, jumping in the cart, running around the city, like they've already did that. So they can literally just say, yeah, we're gonna put all the biomes in this one giant open world, like a Breath of the Wild, like open air Mario, and it's just like go where in whatever direction you want. Just complete the world, basically complete the task. That's what you do here. Like you see me come here, there's no set direction. Like yeah, you could go to him and you could just start knocking off the damn things that that are chained down to the ground that shoot at him. But I go in the completely opposite direction, go do my own thing, and as you can see from everything I played in the last hour, this is like I just go like oh yeah, that just took my attention. I'll go do that. Try to keep in mind that I was doing something else. It's almost like recording these podcasts. I'll be all over the place and then try to find my way back to the damn main point that I was trying to make. But yeah, a lot of people always joked about Grand Theft Mario. I kind of feel like if there was ever a time to say we are the closest ever to that game, it's right now because of the games that we just got before. Between this game and Bowser's Fury, it showed that they already got the know-how, they got the tools to make that game. And people think like, oh, people don't want that. Now, people have always wanted that open Mario thing, and that's why this game satisfied so many gamers, and Bowser's Fury did too. And I think, yeah, they could easily just build on that, and nothing that I'm saying here is out of the ordinary. Like, you can say, oh, that's crazy. Like, bro, you're looking at me play right now with 2 stacked Goombas. Think about that. You know what I'm saying? Mario's running around in his drawers right now and this beach kingdom. You know what I mean? Like, you would have never thought that. There's going to be areas in here where I go into 2D and I'm doing all kinds. Well, you already saw that too. Like, 2D gameplay. Like, yeah, it's literally 8-bit Mario gameplay to the T. Like, that's crazy. Yeah. It's wild. So to pretend like, oh yeah, nah, that's too crazy, saying they're gonna do Grand Theft Mario and have carts and gravity and roads and everything that you could take to get from one area to another, and like you never know. I wouldn't put nothing past the Mario team because they do the craziest shit. And then when you hear like, oh yeah, they had 6,000 ideas for the Wonder Seeds, it's like I believe them. I 100% believe them because this is what they do. They just do a lot. With their games. Like, from the gameplay you just saw in that whole Ice Kingdom that I was at, like, how many different gameplay scenarios did you see? Different things I did. That's why I laugh when people, like, talk about this game. They're like, oh, yeah, there wasn't much platforming. And I'm like, bro, they literally gave you a platforming weapon in Cappy, like your hat. Like, this platform, like, if you don't think all this stuff is platforming, you're just confusing, I guess, pits with failing. Because if I'm trying to go up and do something, but I fall 1,000 times, I'm still failing just because I'm not dying and some, fake. Oh, game. Like, there's no game overs. They took out the time and wonder lives do nothing. Like, what do lives do now? They reset your checkpoint? If that? Like, oh yeah, I had a checkpoint, but lost all my lives, so now I got to just play up to that checkpoint again. Like it doesn't matter. Galaxy games, you would turn them shits on, told to be right there. Like, hey, I got a letter from Peach. Here's five, 1-ups. Like, they've been moving away from that for years. The Wolves then said Plessy overtaking Yoshi yet? Hell no. But I love Plessy. Like I love Plessy. Like, I think Plessy's a cool character. Imagine Plessy like has a friend on land. But then it's like, if you're gonna have a friend on land, just give me goddamn Yoshi. Like, don't bring another dinosaur looking character. We already got Yoshi on land. That's why I said, like, have Yoshi for certain land situations that, well, I can't even say a cart can't do, because a cart could, if you do a cart like Mario Kart with the gravity, you'd probably be going up buildings and everything. But it may sound crazy, but I don't really think it's far-fetched to expect the next Mario game to blow us away. Nobody expected this. Remember when we first saw this game? Nobody thought, oh yeah, the eyes on the hat was going to be something where it's a weapon and da-da-da. Like, we didn't think, oh yeah, the Luma and Galaxy gave you the little spin ability. But we was like, yeah, it's a spin ability. It's not nothing crazy. This thing is like, You could spin it around you, throw it on the ground like a bowling ball, throw it up into the air, throw it out, hold it out, jump to it, bounce on it, jump off of it. Like it's just so much it could do. And then obviously then the gameplay changes. Like playing this, I'm just like I was like, yeah, I like legitimately think this is the best game on the Switch. Probably one of the best games Nintendo ever made. And I think because of the top tierness of every Mario game. For example, I kind of just shitted on J Viz, with his Mario 64 one, and it's like because I've played it 1,000 times. Because like Avi, you seeing me play, you could tell I'm genuinely a real Mario fan. So it's like, yeah, I just want something new. I want something new. Like even 3D World, I was like, I don't want this. I don't. And then when I saw Bowser's Fury, I was like, okay, cool. Like it's like I just want new Mario all the time. Like all the time. Like give me DLC, give me this, give me that. Just give me new. I don't want no old because I already played it. Like and I've played it a lot. Every Mario game, I've played a lot. So it's like I always want the next thing, the new thing, the next thing. But like all these games is different from each other. Like Javis loves Mario 64, probably that's his favorite. And I'm not gonna say you wrong if that's your favorite. And I'm not gonna tell somebody, oh yeah, they wrong if Galaxy 2 is their favorite. Because it fluctuates with me with Galaxy and Odyssey, but at the end of the day, I just think overall the fact that you consistently in the game and not going back to some observatory, the castle, running around looking for the next level is just what puts it above those games for me. And plus the shit that you do in this game is just look. I'm a cheap. And the whole time I'm playing this, just know this: I completely. You saw me trying to jump up to these areas and I couldn't reach, and I'm like, how do you get up here? I completely forgot about those purple dudes. And understand, this is my third or fourth playthrough of this game. Like it. So yeah, like, and I completely forgot because there's so many things you capture. So I forgot the little, the little octopus that you capture in here, and you run around on. I'm like, and that ability is super fun. Like these things could be like this could be a game in itself. I saw a matter of fact, just to bring it up, Devolver Digital just revealed the game, and I don't know the name of it. I just saw it. I literally just saw this like yesterday, and I watched the little trailer. Not even the trailer; it was like a clip. So I don't even know the name of the game. But the game was basically just a dive-in mechanic from Ori, and I'm like, look, they took that one little thing and made a whole game out of this. And I've always said that you could do that with a lot of the stuff that Nintendo does in their Mario games. It's like this character could have been a whole character, like that character in the in that real industrial looking kingdom, that red kingdom, the one with the underground with the T-Rex, like that little that little, I don't know what the hell is that little fathead thing you take with the two long legs and then you do the jump through like that whole thing. I love the way that feels, and I'm like, yeah, this could have been the whole game, and I would have loved this game, and then you could have just named the character and made it a new little you know little mascot style character. Like it's crazy that you don't get so many games like this when Nintendo has all these ideas that they put into games. Like you could just pull this one, extract that, and make a whole game out of that one thing. And like yeah, Nintendo they got the luxury to do this shit because people don't understand. Like this shit is a AAA. This shit is a closer to $100 million than further away from $100 million video game. This game is expensive as hell. And so they have all the free time to come up with all these ideas and all these different things. Yeah, you could tell I really don't care about the name of these kingdoms because look, I get these questions wrong every single time. I try every single one because I don't remember the name of the kingdoms at all. I just be like, yo, the water one, the Bayonetta dragon one. Like that's the way I name the kingdoms. The Polygon one with all the food everywhere, the Luncheon. Like the Luncheon I actually remember. But that's easy. It's lunch. Who don't like lunch? We all like lunch, man. Like that's easy. But yeah, so I think with the next Mario game, you don't gotta worry. The shit is gonna be crazy, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because it's the longest gap we've had between a 3D Mario game. This is the longest. And I'm saying this off feeling. That's why I'm like, hesitant. But I'm like, nah, it's 100% a fact. I live these things. This is the longest wait ever. We've never waited 8 years for a 3D Mario game. Like Mario Galaxy 1, 2. Nah, not at all. 3D World came out what? 2000. 13 around there. Like, yeah, like, and Galaxy 2 was like 2009 or 10. Like, we ain't never wait this long. This is a long wait. Now imagine if this developer is sitting there cooking for mad long. Like, there's a lot of games out there with long development cycles that I'm excited for, like Gears of War. Like, people are like, oh, yo, like, I want to see that. Me too. I say it every show. Oh, maybe we'll see Gears of War. But the truth is, I'm glad that they cooking because I love what they did with 5, and I want bigger and better than 5. You know, so like, I want to see what they do with that. Obviously, Retro Studios. This is the longest we ever went without something from them. See these guys right here. I just remember I was like, oh, these little dudes. And you could fly around. Right here, I had the epiphany. I was like, oh, that's how you climb those areas. But yeah, 3D Mario. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be good. I'm gonna let this gameplay rock, and now we're gonna get into this headlines. I was actually thinking about switching to Jusant, but I'll save that for a future podcast and let this rock. So yeah, let's talk about Sonic X Shadow Generations coming later this year. It's basically Bowser's Fury. There's a whole Shadow experience in there that's Bowser's Fury. Think of it like that. Brand new. But then you also get matter of fact, I forgot. I'm gonna pause this. Right? Yeah. I got something for this. I forgot I did this. Yeah, I'll be playing mad video games right now. But yeah, let's do this. Y'all gonna like this. Oh, Generations. Yeah, I played this. What was this? I think this was Thursday. What day was the day that the game was revealed? It was revealed at the PlayStation show, the State of Play or Showcase, whatever it was. I ain't watched that show, but you know, I caught all the highlights. Like, I saw that crazy ass Death Stranding trailer. That trailer, I was just like, I don't know what you say to that. That shit was in every way, and nothing negative, everything positive. Like, that's just batshit crazy. That was just him. Like, yeah. I'm gonna just go all the way. The hands on the shoulders, the cigarette, all of it. I was like, this shit is crazy. The dude playing the guitar was fire. Like, with the electricity, I was like, this game is nuts. I got Death Stranding 1 on PC because they gave it away for free on Epic, and I never played it. But that shit got me considering. I was like, yo, I should try that game. Try to boot up that game at some point this year. You know, that game don't come out till next year anyway. But yeah, and then you know, he's making a new thing after his Xbox game with them. He's making a new espionage game. I'm like, good, because you ain't getting Metal Gear back. Might as well, you know, go back in your wheelhouse. But Sonic Generations was shown off. This game right here, it's this very game. Looks exactly like it. I don't know if it's exactly like it, because I saw a comparison video, and I was like, this shit looks the same, which is fine. But I know this version, this is, you know, FPS boosted. Well, actually, yeah, it's FPS boosted. I don't know about all the auto HDR stuff because I was playing. This is actually captured on the Series S. I wasn't playing this on my X. This was on the S, actually. I was relaxing in bed. I said, you know what? Let me play some goddamn Generations for the podcast purposes. But I own this game. Had it still since backwards. I forgot I owned this game. And when I look, I was like, oh, I own this shit. Backwards compatibility from the 360 days. I remember I got this game for like $5 back then, dirt cheap. Let me check this chat real quick. I've been going for a minute. Wolves then said, and they ain't missed on the 3D Mario game since what, '02 for most people. Yeah, even to me, like, a miss to me is Metroid Other M. Like, that was clearly a miss. Sunshine was just, it was a great game that just wasn't what you expected after the greatness that was Mario 64, and the mechanics that they added just wasn't really, you know, Mario fun. Like the flood stuff, it was like that would work as a segment in a game, and that's what Odyssey understood. You understand? Like, Flood would be that mechanic of zooming up or fast forward. You do all those things in Odyssey. You saw when I was grabbing the little fly when I was running on the water in the ice world. Like that's basically what Flood was doing when you had the jetpack and all that. But they just the entire whole game around these little ideas. That's what they learned. Yeah, we could do all this stuff. This isn't bad. They didn't hate this. They just didn't like that the whole game was designed around this shit. That's why when we took it off them and they went into these little rooms, the little galaxy rooms we call those now, right? In hindsight, they loved that. They felt like, oh yeah, that's the shit right there. And I'm like, yeah, that was Mario 64. It was just platforming good stuff. It felt like going to the Bowser fights, you know, and learning experience. So that game wasn't bad. It wasn't trash. No, that game was an easy, to me, 8.5 out of 10. Easy. But yeah, this game, I'm excited for people, who are excited for it and want to play it. Cool. There's a lot in here. You get, and I'm talking about the new one. Like in this one right here, the one you see me playing, you got classic Sonic, my guy. Then you got Linky Sonic, Dreamcast Sonic, Sonic Adventure Sonic. And then you got Shadow, obviously, Guns Blazing Maniac, who this year is gonna enjoy himself. They did something real quick, tight. I'm assuming in this engine, just like Nintendo did. They learned from them, which is good because they got the movie coming out. Jim Carrey back. Shadow is in there, so Robotnik versus Knuckles versus Sonic. Tails. What's his girl name? Kristen Ritter is supposedly rumored to be the Batgirl. What's her name? Listen, I'm trash with Sonic right now, but I know their names. You got Amy, Rouge, right? Rouge, right? R-O, something like that. I always remember that was in it. But anyway, yeah, like she might be her, which I think she would be perfect for her, because I've been a fan of her since shit. First time I saw her, damn, I'm gonna throw it back. Gilmore Girls, hell yeah! Way before she was Jessie Girl on Breaking Bad. Yeah, I saw her on that. Yeah, yo, listen, man. My game and my TV, I watch everything. All right, I watch everything. Not everything, but I watch a lot. Variety. I'm a varied person, man. Oh, Sonic, Doom. Yeah. So next up, Volition people formed Shapeshifter Games. And I was like, oh, that's cool because, they made the Saints Row games, Red Faction, and the Descent. Like, that was the original thing. Like, Red Faction, love those games, especially 2. Like, breaking through walls and all of that stuff was crazy at the time. Obviously, they're maniacs when it comes to what they do with their stuff in Saints Row. Real creative developer. We right now living through so many people being fired, so many studios getting done dirty. I was excited for so many upcoming games that now don't seem to be coming. Like the Turtles, Rise of the Ronin game. Most of that team was fired. So I'm like, I'm not looking forward to that no more because I don't even know if it's a thing anymore. Time Splitters 4. That was the other 4 I was hyped for. You know what I'm saying? I was hyped for Metroid Prime 4. Time Splitters 4. And now Time Splitters 4 ain't happening. And I'm like, damn, yo, this is why. You can't be letting these outsiders get ownership of these games, like of these IPs, because they just ain't gonna do it right, man. They ain't gonna respect what the developers are making. Like, yo, they just announced that Turtle game. That Turtle game got mad buzz, hype. People was like, yes, that was literally the most bought graphic novel that wasn't a manga, you know what I'm saying? Last year, Rise of the Ronin. Like, bro, it's big. It's a big deal. Turtles, they just renewed their whole IDW. I was gonna say IEW. It sounded like AEW. The IDW publishing deal. They got the new books coming, more books coming, new writers writing, comics and all that, like legendary ones coming. Like, they announced all this shit. And in the midst of all that announcement, the game that you mad hype for, right? The thing that you most hype for, right? Because you just got the Fire movie. So you comfortable with movies right now. I know there's another movie still being made, Colin Jost and all that, and I'm wishing him luck. But I just got a movie I'm happy. So the next thing I want, it's a good Turtle game. I'm like, yeah, we gonna get a good Blade game, we gonna get a good Turtle game, we gonna have all this good. Like, nope. Turtles, canceled. I don't know if it's canceled, but may as well be when you say, "Oh yeah, the team is done." Like most of the team, that's crazy. I've been waiting for Time Splitters 4 since I finished Future Perfect, and the fact that now I'm back to, yeah, I guess I'm never getting that game. Shit is sad. That's the thing. It was always there in my mind. Like, you never know, that game might not come out. So it was like, while I had hope, I always had it there. It's not like with Metroid Prime 4, where it's like, no, Nintendo's going to make Metroid Prime 4. They're never not gonna make it, even if it takes them 10 years to make it. They're gonna make it because they said they're gonna do it. They're gonna do it. They don't really do take backsies. Nintendo don't do a Mega Man Legends like, oh yeah, we making this game. Guess what? Now we not. And they did that shit twice with Mega Man Legends, if I'm not mistaken. Like it's crazy. Nintendo would never do that. Nintendo they'll be like, yeah, we fucked up. We got to restart, but they're gonna give you the thing that they promised you in some way, some shape or form. Even not Prime Pikmin 4. I was like, yo, hey Pikmin, that was your Pikmin 4. He said it's ready. That's what came out, so that's what it is. It been like 5 years, ain't no damn Pikmin 4, and then Pikmin 4 comes out, and okay, so there it is. Even I still said what he was saying, what he was referencing my emote at that time was Hey Pikmin. I don't care, but yeah. The whole point of this Shapeshifter Games, right? The EX-Volition people is that they already revealed what they're working on. Yes, they are right now teamed up. They boot up with In Exile, and they're working on Clockwork Revolution. Oh yeah, you said Rouge the Bat. I was about to say Rouge the Cat, honestly. Thank God I didn't, but Rouge the Cat. Yeah, she's the bat. But yeah, so Clockwork Revolution, if you go back and watch that trailer now, knowing that they've been working with them, this brand new team, Shapeshifter Games. Like, if you actually you know, let me actually stop this now and go back to the good. All right, so where we at? Yeah. All right, so you said that's the most positive I've been on the Kojima trailer. Yeah, because you just can't you can't watch that trailer and think other than this is good for the fucking industry, yo. When mad people getting fired, it's like to have a dude who could just say, "Listen, I got my own thing, my own," and I be getting the Xbox bag, I be getting the PlayStation bag, and I'm getting the Xbox bag now, and I'm gonna go and get another PlayStation bag once I'm done with this game. So once 2025 is wrapped up, the game is done. He's gonna be moving on to his Espionage PlayStation exclusive. Like, this dude is independent, got weight behind his name where it's like, oh yeah, Kojima production. You know what I'm saying? How many developers actually have that? You know what I'm saying? Like Naughty Dog, they don't even do that with the main dude from over there. Like Kojima is really like just showing like, yeah, look, like this is clearly no strings, nobody coming into the room and saying no. It's just everybody, and I don't mean this in the negative way. He just has a room full of yes men, not in the negative way, in the right way, where it's like, yeah, I want to do this, and yeah, she gonna smoke the cigarette, but she gonna do it with these computerized hands on her shoulders. Why though are their hands there? Reasons, friend. Okay, cool. And they just design the shit and just have faith in the crap that he says. Yeah, we're gonna have this boss guy, and he's gonna look like the Joker mixed with this one character I got in Fortnite. And and yeah, his weapon's gonna be a guitar. Or he's gonna beat the shit out of people with a guitar like Jeff Jarrett or something. No, he's gonna play the guitar and then electricity gonna shoot out of it like a maniac. Okay. And then the gameplay with the world, the traversing, they made it more action, more gameplay. They mentioned that because I know one of the negatives of the game, of the first game, a lot of people say you had to play like 3 hours before you actually felt like you could do any like combat adequately or whatever the case may be. Yeah, he has full creative freedom. So that was like, I watched that trailer and I just look at it now through a different lens for multiple reasons, and I just go, if you're a developer, you definitely aspire to have that kind of creative freedom at least once, to say like, yeah, I just want to make a thing and not get any no's, just have the funds and everything, because that's where the no's usually come from. It's we can't afford to do this, that. He has an open checkbook, you know what I'm saying? And so he gets to just be as wild as ever, and it's just crazy to see. It's absolutely crazy to see. But yeah, if you look at Clockwork Revolution, the trailer, to go back to that, there's so much destructible environments in that trailer now. It made sense. I was like, oh, now it makes sense. That's the guys who do Red Faction. They know how to do all that destructible environment stuff. So yeah, now I'm actually more excited for Clockwork Revolution now than I was before, just because of this news. Because I just think it's just going to make for a better shooting experience. They got a bunch of experience with that too. So that's super cool. Speaking of shooting games, and not speaking of motion sickness, uh, the Judas trailer, or the second Judas trailer, was shown off, and I just want to say that the game looks beautiful still, looks crazy good, looks crazy expensive, and that's see, this is a developer who actually has a name, Ken Levine, right? Ken Levine is the creator of Bioshock, if I'm not mistaken. Well, this is his game, and it looks crazy. I saw people say, "Oh, so he just basically making another Bioshock." I'm like, it don't look nothing like Bioshock. I mean, clearly it looks like that's his squad, his people, his team. Like, it looks like the evolution of the visuals of that, but the game looks crazy. Like, there's a lot going on there, and yeah, it looks interesting. You know what I'm saying? As it get closer to release, we'll see more of it. It only said wish list. I don't really think they gave a date, so I don't think that's coming this year anyway. But yeah, it looked cool. I looked at it and I just thought, oh yeah, the visuals are nice, the weapons and everything look nice, the environments look nice, character models looks nice. It's not saying much. His games look pretty all the time, but this is the prettiest of them all. Uh, not finally. I guess I'll mention real quick Johanna Faries. That's the way you say her name. Oh, it could be Faris. I don't know how you say it properly, but yeah, she's the new president of Blizzard Entertainment. Remember, they just got rid of the Yabara dude last week, and now they got a new president. And she comes from dealing with Call of Duty and stuff like that. So yeah, she's been around. And I said, if you dealt with Call of Duty, you've dealt with literally the biggest video game audience you could possibly deal with, and the craziest of the craziest. You know what I'm saying? Passionate of the passion when it comes to, like, it's a big IP, Call of Duty. So you're gonna see everything from people ranting, "Oh yeah, your battle pass sucks." That's the crazy. To just the fun community, a bunch of people getting together to play tournaments, all of that stuff. I don't know how much that has to do with her day to day stuff, but I just mean she's been around, so that's a good thing. It's not like she just came out of nowhere, doesn't know anything about the video game world at all. Even if she came before and that was her first experience with the video game world, at least she had that, and that's a good one, I'm saying. Call of Duty. So now she's doing this whole Blizzard thing, and hopefully that leads to good things. So finally, the last thing I'm gonna mention, unless y'all want me to talk about something else, there's other news story out there. Put it in the chat. Put it in the chat. Call of Duty Season 2. Now, y'all know I'm a diehard Walking Dead fan through and through. And listen, I always debate with the haters, the people who stopped watching when Glenn died. Like, oh yeah, the show fell off. It is fell off, dog. Like, it's literally one of the biggest shows in the world still today. Like, understand that. Like, careful. Remember, their peak was higher than anybody else's peaks. Like, Walking Dead was like nothing else. And you can like whatever you want to like. Whatever you like got one show. Walking Dead right now is sitting on 3. And they've already done multiple spin-offs and things like that. But anyway, so you got The Ones Who Live coming out in a few weeks. Can't believe we're already in the month. So great. Rick is coming back, baby. But Rick is going to be, Rick and Michonne, you know what I'm saying? The mom and the dad of the Walking Dead universe are going to be playable in Call of Duty. There was rumors of this, and I said it, man. I never bought a character on Call of Duty because they don't do the Fortnite, keep your characters and everything. But I got some points on Call of Duty right now. Not enough to get a character, but I said I'm going to add the funds, and I'm going to definitely pick me up Rick and Michonne because, yeah, I'm that much of a fanboy. And, like, if I had to get one, I would just get Michonne, just keeping it 1,000 because she's one of my favorite characters in all of television. But yeah, I hope this leads to some more characters. I wouldn't mind if they did one for Daryl, like do Daryl and Carol. Gotta get Carol. She's the GOAT. And I got all of them in Fortnite, so I'm like, yeah, like, and then they could do later, in Call of Duty, they could do Maggie and Negan when the next season of Dead City come out. But yeah, I'm excited. Like it's going down. The buzz is crazy. That's why I laugh at people. Be like, oh, like you still enjoy like you still watch Walking Dead. Like why wouldn't I? Like I watch it with all the other millions and millions of people around the world who watch this shit. Like these are still the most viewed shows. They still in all the top 10 lists of most viewed shows every year, bro. I don't make this up. It's the truth. There's a reason why the whole AMC network is built on it, yo. Have some respect. But yeah, this just proves how crazy the hype is. They've been in Fortnite, now they in Call of Duty. It's just crazy, man. It's still a Walking Dead world. I love it. I love it. So yeah, they also add in a new area called well, it's not a new area. It's like a redesigned version of the area. It's called Fortune Keep. It has underwater stuff and all that. So that's cool. Look at me talking about Call of Duty. It's been years, but you see when you clean house, what happens? So yeah, Rick and Michonne is coming. They got a new mode called Horde Point. It's like Hard Point, but it's called Horde Point, and it's a bunch of zombies and stuff. A different zombie mode from the one that they currently have, and that's cool because you're gonna have a zombie mode. Makes sense to have new zombie stuff when you're gonna have Rick and Michonne. The two goddamn greatest zombie slayers, two of the greatest zombie slayers of all time. Yeah, and this all drops on February 7th, which I'm salty about because this is one character I wanted to get in this battle pass, but I just I don't sink myself into one game anymore like that to finish the battle pass. Like on Fortnite, I'm literally on the page with Peter Griffin. You know what I mean? Like I'm about to get him now. I'll probably do that obviously this weekend, but I'm not gonna probably finish that whole battle pass, like get all the cards and all the shit, because I don't let these games take my time away from experience. Also, other games, like I said, I played Jusant, I played this. You know what I'm saying? I played Sonic, and Prince of Persia. I'm gonna be playing that tomorrow, either tomorrow or Monday, but it'll probably be Monday. I'm gonna be honest, but yeah, get back on that. I haven't played that at all since the last stream because I actually wanted to keep streaming that. And I was about to because of all the issues I was having with the streaming. But yeah, so far so good right now. Everything going good right now. Even though I forgot to record the audio version. So now I got to download this whole video version, which is damn man long. I might not actually. I might not. This one might have to stay a video version only. Because that shit crazy. But anyway, we'll see what happens. Yeah, but that's everything I wanted to talk about. And I'm gonna just look at the chat now. If y'all wanna, throw some stuff in the chat, because I didn't get any questions on the Patreon. And remember, I'm gonna make the last podcast. If you listen up to this point, last week's podcast, which I didn't get to hear here on YouTube, I'm gonna make that audio available for free on Patreon. So once this is over, like give me like 15 minutes, I guess, after this is done. Not even like 5 minutes after it's done, that's gonna be available, for everyone to listen to for free on Patreon. So check that out, And if you like what you see there, you like the vibes, just know you can listen through to this usually audio versions on Spotify when you become a patron and all that, and you can that was close. And you can listen to it while you game or whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? So Jack Gates said, "Yo, Red, thinking we getting a Super Bowl trailer reveal for Super Nintendo Switch." Damn. When's the Super Bowl? I don't even know. Let me go on TaylorSwift.com to find out. Yeah, when's the Super Bowl though? I know it's in February, obviously every year, but I'm only interested in seeing the damn halftime show because it's Usher. Like, I want to see what he gonna do because the disrespect. Matter of fact, I'll talk about that real quick because we're already at the end of the show. But so the disrespect people was putting on Usher's name was crazy. Like oh, what he gonna sing? He ain't got like that much. I'm like I know you wasn't alive during Usher era. If you think Usher catalog ain't long, like that's crazy. But they kind of do that to everybody who gonna do the Super Bowl. People who ain't fans of the people, they be like, oh, what's their catalog? Cause yeah, they wild. Like when Dre did it, I was like, that's gonna be crazy because just of the people he gonna bring out, and it was crazy. Cause then he bring out Mary J. Blige, but a lot of people. Snoop was smoking on stage. 50 was there. Kendrick. It was crazy. And Usher, I said, gonna do the same thing. Like it's gonna be good, man. Like Usher got hits, dude. You don't understand. Like especially like women my age. That was they guy. You know what I'm saying? Of my era, like that was they guy. Like from when he was like, it's just crazy to think like Usher don't got an insane catalog. You gonna see that halftime show is gonna be crazy. But anyway, you said not tomorrow, but the next one. Oh, so next Sunday. Okay. Uh, Confessions alone has like I was about to say Confessions. That whole album could be that whole album could be considered a hit. But yeah, he gonna do a lot of shit. He gonna do the early days stuff. He gonna bring out the chair. You know it's gonna happen. You know it's gonna happen. If you're an Usher fan, you know the chair gonna come out. So, uh, a Super Bowl ad to get to that. Like, how cool would it be if they just announced a direct for this Thursday, reveal the thing with a little teaser trailer, say, "Oh, we're gonna talk about it more," and I don't know, a later date or something like they did with the original, or just reveal the whole thing and then just take the 2 minute or the 3 minute trailer that they'll have for the Super Nintendo Switch and condense it to a 30-second Super Bowl ad. They should. Like, I mean, they might feel like, oh yeah, we don't need it, we don't need to, and it's like, nah, you still should. Just because you got mad money and success and people know, and you got the Mario movie, oh, they know, man, we don't got to do the ad. Like I still think you should. Like it'd be crazy for the people who, because it would just be revealed. You'll know, I'll know, but the people on the average person, they gonna look at that shit and be like, what the hell is this? Oh, it's a new Nintendo Switch, and they're gonna understand because it's gonna be different enough. I'm sure this is what I was talking about. It got to be something there so there ain't no confusion. This is not an OLED. This is not a current Switch. No, if you have a Switch, it's time to upgrade. Like you upgrade your iPhone, like you upgrade your Samsung. It's time. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I think it's definitely gonna be crazy. It's gonna be like I think at the Super Bowl to reveal their new console would be crazy. You know, the other day I told y'all in the last podcast that I pre-ordered that Xbox controller, but it came out that they're just these like they're pretty controllers, but they're not the controller with the motion. I knew it wasn't gonna be, but I still pre-ordered it just in case. But I canceled that shit now because I don't want none of those controllers. I want that new one, man, with the motion controls. With the, I like that controller. You know, the controller with the pants, that Elite. There's a lot of people who be like, oh yeah, that controller is ugly. I pray Xbox don't listen to y'all, cause I like that controller because that the pants, the black bottom part, that's grip. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, yeah, I want that. I like that all these controllers got grip. The Xbox, the first thing I noticed when I went from Xbox One to Series was the little grip, the little dots in my palm. I don't think about the shit no more, but when I was like, ooh, that's nice. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a nice grip. Even the Switch Pro controller that I was playing this gameplay you're seeing right here with, it has the little beaded, little beads there. But the Xbox one is a little bit more pronounced, which I actually like too. More either one is good. Like they just good grip on the control and all that. Like yeah, like I don't know. Like going back to that Super Bowl ad real quick. Like this is why they have to have something that's a strong gimmick to separate. It can't just be, oh, it's a stronger Switch. It has to be something more. And I know the game speak for itself. Like if you got a brand new 3D Donkey Kong, 3D Mario game, you know what I'm saying? Like it's gonna blow people away, and they're gonna see them like, yo, I gotta get that. And then with the Mario movie and everything, it's gonna be crazy. But yeah, it should be a Donkey Kong year. Shadow getting a year. Let Donkey Kong have this year, man. You already got Mario Donkey Kong, right? Mario versus Donkey Kong. 3D Donkey Kong game it's necessary, man. And I saw that coincidentally, I just saw this too. I just remember this, that they made like a whole like history of Donkey Kong on Switch Online, like when you go on there right now. And I'm like, why would you do that? Are we gonna get a Donkey Kong? Yo, it's been too long. It been too long, and people gotta understand. Like Tropical Freeze made money. Tropical Freeze sold like what 6 million copies. No, that was returns. Tropical Freeze, I think combined with the Switch, is like at over 6 million. So there's a Donkey Kong audience out there. People gotta definitely, you know, put some respect on Donkey Kong, yeah, and Nintendo too. You know, like give us the Donkey Kong. We need that. So you said Nintendo has the luxury of of being aggressive with this and with no fear of failing with the system. That's what I mean. Like they have the opportunity now to go crazy. By the way, look at this right here. 2D Mario in 3D. If you would have told people that if you would have said this whole thing that I just did here, I'm gonna be in my drawers with scuba gear, swallowing bubbles, like Sonic, and then going into pipes. And when I come out of the pipe, I'm gonna be in a 2D game. When I go through the pipe, I'm gonna be going into a crater under the world. That was literally under the whole level. Like, come on, nobody would have believed you, with a Mario game. They would have like, get the hell out of here. But here we are. This game is not normal, and it really, like, I used to think after Galaxy 2, how they gonna how they gonna top it? And now I'm saying here like, how they gonna top this? Because it can be easy. It can be easy at all. This was like literally a masterpiece in design, and people who didn't give it enough credit. Look at the eel right there from '64. I think I tried to capture it here. I know there's something you got to do here. I just didn't remember during this gameplay. I still don't remember right now. I'll figure it out though. Uh, yeah, man, like it's so crazy. Everything you do in this game. DK sells more than Sonic. That's what blows my mind. Who's that crazy? It's true, right? And then they be taking forever to give us something new, Donkey Kong. Well, I can't say that like forever, cause for crying out loud, they did do Tropical Freeze. They come, hey, we remastered that, fine. And they're like, oh yeah, look, we got a remake of this Mario Donkey Kong thing, Donkey Kong. Oh, Donkey Kong is in Smash. Donkey Kong was in the movie. Donkey Kong is in Mario Kart. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yeah, you're right. I get it. I'm not saying I don't see Donkey Kong, but damn, yo, like I would like to live in a cadence of consistent, you know, 2D Metroid games and Donkey Kong games. Donkey Kong being 2D, 3D, I don't care. Give it to me. You know what I'm saying? I just want that. I want that consistency that we get with Kirby. Nobody ever wonders whether there's going to be a Kirby game announced. You almost like expect it. Nobody ever puts it even on the bingo cards of directs. Yet Kirby always shows up. Like I can almost comfortably say the next direct we see is going to have a Kirby game, and most of y'all would be like, you know what? You might be right, because thinking about it, we got a remake last year, and then before that we got the 3D game, but there could be a new 2D one. You know, like, and it's true. There could be some side thing like Kirby is always doing something. So it's like, yeah, that's just what I want from Donkey Kong too. Donkey Kong is cool as hell and got a cool cast of characters that they should take advantage of, if you ask me. But yeah, I think I'm gonna wrap it up after I get this moon, because this is already reaching 2.5 hours long, and yeah, I'm kind of starving. I'm kind of starving right now. Uh, it's crazy, man. Like we are in a very very good time right now, because in the next few, like, I feel like my mind is being blown every day with video games, and like where there's so much like boring ass topics right now going on in the Xbox community that it's just like, yo, y'all really sitting there crying about the possibility of Xbox doing what they already been doing. And I get it. It's like, yo, we don't want to lose, Hi-Fi Rush and Identity. You know, what's next? You gonna put Halo on the thing? And I'm like, yeah, I understand all that. I understand all that. But none of it is true. So it being like the biggest narrative right now in the Xbox space is like, come on, yo. Like you got a show in November. You got the Game Awards was an Xbox show in December. You got the Developer Direct in October with brand new games. I said in October. In January. And where the fuck did October come from? In January. And like it's just been, crazy shows and crazy announcements all the time. So it's like, why be, you know what I'm saying, worried about these rumors of, like, these dudes had a showcase and they still sitting there talking about Xbox games coming to their platform. Like, you up? This is what I be talking about. Like, Xbox fans are so up right now that it's like I can't even entertain the stupidity. Like, it's just so dumb to me. It's just so corny. Like, there's real good shit going on in Xbox right now. Like, legit good stuff. And crazy amounts of games to play. Like, to be wasting time on rumors of narrators people want to do to try to make you not feel positive about your platform of choice is wild. Wow, wow, wow. Even these moons, man, like, I'll never get the argument of, oh yeah, there was just too many moons. I'm like, yeah, it was just stuff to do. Why have all this land, open area with nothing in between? Actually, if you think about it, Mario Odyssey is the best open world game ever actually made because the moment to moment gameplay is there. Not only that, you got to think these games are being also designed with handheld in mind, so you could just go, oh yeah, I got that moon. Didn't I just say I was going to end this podcast after the moon? I could literally say, you know what? Nah, I'm gonna end it after the next moon. You know what I'm saying? And it could literally be 10 minutes from now or 5 minutes from now. We're going to have fun. We're going to see. Not that shit. That's already done. We're going to see what's the next one, you know? And we're going to end it after that. So just to prove a point, like, yo, this is what you want from your open game. Open world game is to give the player fun at every single turn, every single second. That should be your main goal. 100%. So let's see. Where will the next moon be? Not there. You just going in circles, bro. Had to try though. And you know the criticism like, oh yeah, you know it's not a lot of platform. And I see it as platform. You see this right here? I got to jump over it to get past it, right? Right? You're like, oh, you could have walked around it, and then you would have been in the water. You would have missed. It's yo, listen, it's a lot going on. I'm platforming. I got to get this purple thing. Oh yeah, but there's no pit for you to fall in. Sometimes there's pits, sometimes there isn't. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just different, and I just like the moment to moment gameplay in this game more than any other. I feel like just because I feel like I'm always accomplishing something instantly. It's not taking forever. It's just it just happens, man. Oh yeah, here we go, right here. This is a whole thing, a whole world. This is good stuff. Like imagine if in Zelda you was turned into a Zora and you was going underwater and doing all this stuff and swimming under there and all that stuff, which you've done. You know what I'm saying? Like in Twilight Princess and stuff. So it's like, yeah, it's that stuff. It's just with less fluff in between. And would it been different if it wasn't just purple coins, and moons? If it was just a bunch of other junk, I think that just dilutes it. It's like, yeah, give me the one main thing to find, and then just let me collect a bunch of them. I think they went about it in a smart way in this game. I'm just a Mario fanboy, right? But yeah, here we go, right here. And this leads you all the way to the top of the tower that I was trying to climb up, shimmying around. Bam. And moon. And you see, you got different ones. You got the ones that celebrate. It's like that was a whole thing. Then you got the mini ones that are just you caught it, you found it. I like that. Like I really don't want them to change from this, and they actually didn't. Because if you think about Bowser's Fury, they kept that going too, with the way you was collecting everything. But yeah, I'm sure I'll bring this gameplay back in the future. All right, so what was then said? How often you think Mario and Zelda teams take ideas from each other? I didn't think of the Zora stuff. Like, yeah, I think they take stuff from each other more than we know, actually. Because, I mean, it's not a coincidence to me that all the Nintendo games after Zelda, felt more open. Even Metroid, even though it was still linear, it was Metroid, like they still made it feel in their own way, like, open because the way you could break stuff, which is Metroid always did. So that's not a good example, but this is a good example. This game was a lot more open. Kirby, uh, uh, was Kirby straight level to level? No, no, you could pick the worlds in the order of how you play them. Same thing with Mario Wonder, right? You're in this new kingdom, but you're not going on the grid anymore. You're off grid, like in 3D world, and you could pick the levels out of order. You know what I'm saying? You could actually miss levels completely because you didn't find secret ones or whatever the case may be. So I think that all came from the openness of Zelda, basically. It's just crazy because this feels like it could be Kirby too, right? Because you you basically take abilities and stuff like that. It's crazy. It's a lot there. Like if you would have changed the skin of Mario in this to Kirby, it could have easily just worked. And instead of throwing Cappy as like you just swallowing the enemies, it could have worked too. But yeah, that's it. That's gonna do it for this episode. I hope y'all enjoyed this episode. Thank God that the stream worked and everything. Like I really was working at trying to make this stream work this whole last week. That's why I didn't even do a podcast during the week. Like I was, trying to keep that cadence going of more than one a week. But yeah, I got it working now, which is pretty damn good. So that's a good thing. And yeah, that's gonna do it for this episode. Remember, you could head over to Patreon to watch the last podcast if you are, only, watching these through YouTube, you aren't a Patreon member or whatever, you can actually watch that one free because I know y'all missed out on last week's episode, which started here. So you probably, and it's the reason you probably started watching it here. Then the craft on was like, damn, yo, he never brought it back. So I didn't want to do y'all dirty. Like, yeah, y'all could go listen to that literally right after this. And yeah, make sure y'all give this a like and all of that. And I'll see y'all on the next one. And I'll see y'all on the Prince of Persia gameplay, later this week. So yeah, until the next one. Peace. Shout out to everybody who came through also. Everybody. Wolves Den, Jack Gates, Digital Green Tea, Dark Sun Rider, J Viz. Who else? Who else? Who else? Yeah, that was everybody, man. Shout out to everybody who came through. And everybody in the chat who didn't, comment or whatever. I appreciate y'all tuning in. If you could be kind enough to hit that like button. And if you're watching this aren't subscribed, you enjoyed this episode, subscribe, man. It's the NX podcast, the podcast that covers everything, or a lot of, what's going on in the world of Nintendo and a lot of what's going on in the world of Xbox, man. It's the podcast dedicated to those two big behemoths of the video game world. So, yeah, that's going to do it. And I'll see y'all on the next one. Peace.